I'm at work today, and the best thing about work, other than depression and stress from a bunch of Karens all day, is the fact that I didn't have to watch a lick of this game today. I didn't have to watch not 1 second. I looked at the score, and the score said it enough. I took a look down at the score. It said 21-5. I take another look at the score, 28-5. I then take one more look just for the good old Gipper, 31-5. And I said to myself, I'm glad I didn't have to watch a single second of this game. But just before I started today's discussion, I said to myself, I'm going to watch the highlights before I hit the record button because I felt it would be more fair to see exactly what took place or lack thereof on the field. I watched the game. Defensively, we did well in the first quarter and even up to much of the second quarter. But there you go again with the Texans offense failing to get in the end zone and failing to put points on the board. Read the title, it says enough. 1 safety and 1 field goal. The moral victory now with the rebuilding process of this team is not the losses that pissed me off. The losses are going to come, and I understand that. That's what tanking is all about. But the fact that you can't even get a fucking touchdown in any of these games, none of these games. Buffalo, we can't score. Arizona, we can't score. Who was the opponent we had? In the Patriots game, we had 1 touchdown. Carolina Panthers game, we had 1 decent 2-minute drill from Davis fucking Mills. 5 games, he's 0-5 as a starter. After giving him breaks for all the time, the fact that he was just thrown into a situation he wasn't ready for, I understand that. But 5 games in, this motherfucker cannot score a touchdown. To save his life, we can't put fucking points on the board. The moral victory is, can we get in field goal range to at least say we don't have 0 on the board? This is embarrassing. One thing, it's different to lose a game to the best team in the NFL against the worst team in the NFL. So there's no secret there. But it's one thing to tank, but it's one thing to lay fucking flat. Which goes to the next motherfucker to call out, which is David Culley, the head coach. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, shotgun formation, halfback draw. Automatic 4th down, right there and then. The motherfucker is not even confident that his quarterback can get the first fucking down. Not to mention the fact that our best wide receiver on the team, which is Brandon Cooks, dropped the big 3rd down pass that would have given us the first down. Not that it really would have mattered, but it would have moved the chains and we would have been past midfield. We can't get past the 50 fucking yard line. And when we do, it's maybe one time or a couple times in garbage time. But the whole entire first half, we can't get past the 50-yard line. Why is that? What is going on? We're tanking, but we're not. It's just, I got news for you, Mr. Culley. I got news for you. If you think that you're losing on purpose and you're fooling us, no, you're not fooling us. You got a fucking roster that has great players, but you got a quarterback that can't move the fucking ball. And if this is any indication that we're going into next year with this guy who can't score points in a league that's a quarterback and receiver-driven league, you got problems, sir. And not to mention, we don't even have a backup quarterback, so that's already another issue in itself. Tyrod Taylor, don't know when he's coming back, but even if he does, what's the point? What's the point? What's the purpose of him coming back against the Rams next week or any games after this? Honestly, I think it makes no sense to keep Tyrod on the roster. We might as well just cut him loose and send him packing. What's the point of having a man on the team who plays dangerous, scrambles in the pocket, and runs 50 yards behind the line of scrimmage just to gain 2 yards and gets injured on the play? What's the purpose of that? You might as well just release him. He's not dependable. He's got too many miles on his legs, and he's injury prone, and he plays too dangerous. There's no point in keeping Tyrod Taylor at this point. There's no point in keeping him. You might as well just stick with this motherfucker you got right here. This is embarrassing. You can't score any fucking points. You can't put points on the board. The moral victory is getting a fucking field goal every game. It's one thing to tank, but it's one thing to fucking not try. Third down and 8, halfback draw up the middle. Third down and 16, you run with fucking what's his name, David Johnson. He gets 14 yards, and we still had to punt anyway. What's the fucking point? He just gives up on third down. Third and 6, third and 8. You're in shotgun formation. At least if you throw a ball and it's incomplete or it's interception, at least I say you tried. But then he just fucking dishes the ball right to fucking Ingram, and it's fourth fucking down right there and then. He didn't get nowhere. And then in the press conference, David Culley goes, we're going to go into the draft, and we're not going to tell them what we're going to do. Well, I better hope you're taking for a fucking quarterback, because it seems like to me you're convinced we already have one. And I have no confidence or no faith in this guy. He can't put points on the board. He can't drive the ball down the field. In third down conversions, he can't convert on third down, and then you have no confidence. You run the fucking ball on third and long. God, we can't put points on the board. We need points. We need touchdowns. We can't fucking get in the end zone, man. In 5 games, this fucker has 2 fucking offensive scoring touchdowns. And one was on a 2-minute offense against the Panthers. In the game, I think they're playing prevent defense. We were up 3 scores against us. God, we can't fucking score at all. That's trash. We can't score. Every game is a fucking blowout, and we can't score, and the game is over in the first 5 minutes of the game. Automatic loss. In fact, I have no confidence. I think we're going to lose the rest of the games as long as Davis Mills is starting. And they're going to say, well, you know, David Culley goes, well, remember, Mr. Rose, we're gonna give him some time to develop. Develop what? He can't put points on the fucking board. He can't score. Develop what? Not to score fucking touchdowns. I agree with that. He can't score. He can't drive the ball down the field. And you got these offensive guys like Cooks and CJ Moore and Culley or Conley or whatever, making excuses for him. Well, you know, I understand he's only played 5 games. Dude, I've known quarterbacks that were rookies and quarterbacks that were just as talented as he was and still can score. Brock Osweiler can still drive the ball down the field in a game. He might only throw 100 yards, but he'll still have a touchdown, sometimes 2. This guy, Davis Mills, can't fucking score. He has no confidence. He has no confidence to drive the ball down the field. The only time he's even decent is on play action, is on a play action pass. Right up the middle, fakes the draw, and throws it to a wide open receiver in the middle. That's a dink and dunk here and there, a 10-yard, a 12-yard. There was one ridiculous play where they blitzed on third down. They knew we were going to fucking throw a screen pass. And because they knew that either halfback draw or screen pass. So they fucking just line up the whole fucking box on 3rd and 6. Y'all remember that shit in the third quarter? And they just fucking blitzed him, and Davis Mills is running back, and he just throws the ball behind the line of scrimmage on a screen pass and lost yards on the play. It was so fucking pathetic. I was watching the highlights, and I'm like, thank God I didn't watch this pathetic trash fucking game. And the worst team is playing against the best team in the NFL. But this guy cannot fucking score, man. He can't lead a drive, man. I've had it with him. And we don't have a backup quarterback. So now, even if Davis Mills is struggling, you have no quarterback that he can learn from. You have nobody in the back that can come in and he can use a clipboard to take notes from like every other team does. And David Culley sits there in the press conference. He's like, well, you know, we did get that safety in the first quarter, and you know, he did have that one drop. I'm like, bro, that's 5 fucking points in the entire game. That's all you can say. That's the only thing you're bragging about in the game. You're already getting blown out anyway. The defense just gives up because the offense can't fucking score. The defense balled their ass off the first half. We even had a safety and held them a field goal, and we were up 5-0, but we can't score in the end zone, and the defense just said, oh, fuck it. Well, they just gave up. They just give up. And we can't fucking, oh my God, we can't fucking move the ball. And even on the running plays he designed, we can't fucking run the ball either. We don't have a run block. So why would you call halfback draw plays on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8 when we need the fucking first down and we need to move the chains? In a game we're down by 3 scores or more. Why are you doing this to us? Why do you just give up? You have no confidence in this fucking quarterback. Then get a fucking sign Cam Newton, get Jeff Driscoll back, re-sign him. Fuck it, what's worse that could happen? I think they honestly believe that they could develop Davis Mills into a starting quarterback. I really believe that they're stupid enough to believe that. I don't see any confidence in this kid whatsoever. In 5 fucking games, he's just getting worse every fucking game. Every fucking game. And I feel bad for him because, of course, he didn't ask to be put in this situation. He didn't ask to be drafted. He didn't ask for it, and I get that. But God damn it, this coaching staff really, truly, in the front office really believes that this guy's going to be a starting quarterback. I don't see it. Do you? I don't. I would be surprised if he's here next year. I really would, because I'm going to tell you this right now. If Davis Mills is starting next year, I'm not watching any Texans game. I don't even watch them now. I already know they're tanking, so what's the point? But at least if you try and you put 14 points on the board, 17 points on the board, 20 points on the board in a 52-20 loss, okay, I can say, okay, we can compare and contrast the positives and the negatives and look forward to next year. But when the score is 50-0, 34-5, 38-6, what the fuck do you have the notes to take from that? You can't fucking score. He can't get in the end zone, man. We can't have a productive fucking offense down the field in a game in which they make penalties. We live in a quarterback and a receiver-driven league. It's common fucking sense that it's all about points. And Davis Mills cannot drive the offense down the field. He can't. And his dink and dunk, short passing, and halfback draw plays is easily read in game footage. They're like, okay, this guy's going to throw a short pass or he's going to run the ball. Halfback draw designed by David Culley. That's already, they're giving up. But the thing is I don't even think they have the talent to prove us otherwise. I think that's really, truly how they are. I don't even think they're tanking on purpose. I think they're tanking because I think they know they can't do any better. Bring in a fucking backup fucking quarterback, man. I mean, even if you bring in Jeff Driscoll and it's the same thing, at least you have a veteran quarterback who can move the fucking ball, man, who can score. Any fucking backup quarterback would be good right now. Hell, you can even bring in I don't know, Josh McCown, somebody who can put points on the board. You got this rookie quarterback here who has no confidence in himself, man. And honestly, none of the players look motivated to play with him. And that's the sad thing about it. They have to make excuses for him. They're like, well, he only got to play 5 games this year. I mean, what were you expecting? I was expecting him to drive the fucking ball down the field. He can't do it. Motherfucker. And Brandon Cooks, don't forget about that drop pass on 3rd down that I saw, you piece of shit. You were wide fucking open, man. You dropped the fucking pass, man. That would have got us the first fucking down. There's nothing exciting from this game. There's nothing exciting from the week before and the week before that. The only 2 exciting games this year, other than the Jacksonville game in which Davis Mills didn't play, was the game against Cleveland, which Davis Mills showed some promise in, a little bit of a promise, but I think Tyrod really was the one that sort of started that game. And before he got hurt, they already had the momentum, and then Davis just kind of came in. But after the Browns game, if you look at all the losses, only in the Patriots game and somewhat garbage minutes in the Panthers game did he look okay. But other than that, he's looked terrible. I have no fucking confidence in this piece of shit. None. I'm tired of it. And I know we're tanking. Man, y'all motherfuckers better grab a quarterback in the first fucking round with the first fucking pick for all this bullshit. Because for you to not sit here and sign a backup quarterback when every other team in the NFL has a second and a third string quarterback, and motherfucker, you got one. And if Davis Mills gets hurt in the first quarter on a first drive, we're fucked. We don't have a quarterback to play with. So we're going to have to run Wildcat the whole game. Because this guy doesn't want to sign a backup quarterback. That makes no sense. 3rd down and 8. Oh, we're just going to design a draw play and throw them off. We're just going to design a shotgun formation, but hand it to the running back. Don't tell them. They stack the fucking box. They know we're going to fucking run the ball. And if not, they know they're anticipating a short pass, so they stack the fucking box every time. They know what we're going to do. They know it. There's no fucking surprise. They know Davis Mills can't throw past 10 fucking yards. And even on 3rd and 8, throw the fucking ball. Throw the ball. Stop the screen pass. Stop the fucking halfback draws, man. You just give up. You don't even move the fucking chains. And don't even bother watching the press conferences. I watched David Culley's press conference after the game. He's like, well, we got him for that safety in the first quarter, and that was pretty good. God. He just sounds dumber and dumber every time I hear him. He sounds like Hugh Jackson, a pure fucking a Hugh Jackson moment. Oh, God. This guy's terrible. And then when you hear David Culley in the press conference, not David Culley, but what's his name? What's the fucker's name? Davis fucking Mills. He's there. He goes, well, he's like, well, I didn't design the third down. That was the coach on that one. I could have converted for the first down. Yeah, right, dude. You can't convert for shit. You can't move the fucking ball. The fuck you talking about? Talking about I could have converted if I wanted to. Well, let's see that. Because I haven't seen it. You can't convert. You can't move the fucking ball past the 50-yard line. Even when the fucking passing plays are designed to fucking call, you idiot. You can't fucking do it. Shit. We would have fucking points on the board, you moron. The moral victory with Davis Mills is, and this is from Davis Culley, well, you got to look at the progression of this guy, and you got to look at the stats. The stats don't lie. His completion rating's gone down, or gone, and it has improved. I'm like, dude, what the fuck does it matter? When he's 12 for fucking 14 in a game, you're down by fucking 4 scores, and you can't fucking score, you idiot. What does it matter? You combine all those completions, and he still doesn't lead to one positive drive. You got to punt every time. And then he fumbles the fucking ball because he didn't protect the ball earlier in the game, which costed us another 7 points. It's one thing to tank and for a quarterback in the NFL. If you're tanking, it's for a quarterback. I get that. It has to be a quarterback or some sort of pass rusher, an impact player. But usually, most time you tank, it's a quarterback. And if not, it's a pass rusher or some legit wide receiver. But most of the time, it's quarterback, pass rusher. Everybody knows that. Common fucking sense. So if you're tanking for a quarterback. And I have a funny feeling they're going to draft Spencer Rattler. That's where I think they're going with this. If they don't draft a quarterback and they get the number 1 pick, I'm not watching unless they sign a big marquee free agent like Cam Newton or somebody. I'm not watching. I'm not watching if Davis Mills plays next year. I'm not watching. In fact, I'll just watch everybody else's team. I won't even bother watching mine. I don't watch any of the games anymore. I stopped after the Patriots game. I stopped. David Culley cannot call decent fucking plays. He gives up. He calls for fake fucking punts. Oh my God. Dude, he costed us the game against the Patriots. He costed us the game in that fake fucking punt. That costed us the fucking game, man. What's the mention of the refs help, the Collins roughing the passer when that clearly wasn't. But it started from David Culley decided to call for a fake fucking punt when you're up 13 in the fourth quarter. That makes absolutely no sense. This makes zero sense. He doesn't know how to fucking coach. I don't know who's dumber, him or that motherfucker we got with the Rockets right now. I don't even remember his name. Don't even give a shit. Both of those guys are Hugh Jackson 2.0s. And the only reason why they're not going to get fired is for political correctness. We all know that. I'm not going to go there with the race card, but I really do believe they're not going to fire either one of those guys anytime soon. They're going to be coaching 2 to 3 years. And it's not the fact that they're minority head coaches. It's the fact that they're just terrible fucking choices. Mark Jackson would have been a great head coach for the Rockets. Great head coach. Mark Jackson would have been perfect for this job. But they hire a guy, and Steven Silas, he doesn't motivate players to play at all. I saw him against the Minnesota game and the game against the Thunder. The only reason why I would beat the Thunder because the Thunder are fucking worse than us, but they got a shitload of draft picks till 2027, so they're rebuilding, and so are we. But our head coach doesn't fucking spark anything in the Rockets. The only reason why we beat the Thunder is because the Thunder are better or worse than us. But that may change in a couple of years because they have first-round draft picks till 2027, so they're fucking good. So they're on for a perfect rebuild. So between him and David Culley, both of those guys are idiots. They're morons. And honestly, I would just fire both of them because they're just both terrible. I already know where this is going. We're going to get blown out in a lot of these Rockets games. It's the same thing that's going on with the Texans right now. I would just fire both of these guys. They're both worthless in my personal opinion. And I would just promote whoever the assistant head coach is, the next man up fucking coach, and then we'll search, we'll interim GM, interim head coach. Tim Kelly promotes you to head coach. David Culley, get the fuck out of here, dude, and just fucking run the show, and then we'll find a head coach for next year. Because it gets to a point to where he's literally playing Madden, just making audibles, making all these stupid calls where you're wondering, you're like, damn, there's no sense of urgency in the offense. Why is it we're down 3 scores to the Cardinals, and on 3rd and 8 you choose to run a halfback draw? And he did it again on 3rd and fucking 6. Then he does it again. Then he does it again on 3rd and 16. Even if you say that Davis Mills can only throw 10 yards on 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6, why is he not attempting to throw the ball to move the chains? You run the fucking ball, you give up the play, you punt the ball, Arizona gets it back. The Texans are playing short field. They're lucky to get past the 50-yard line. Lucky. They're lucky to get past the 50-yard line. Watch an offensive drive from Davis Mills and David Culley calling the plays. Just watch. Go look at the game footage. Go look at the highlights. The only highlights you see from our side is a play action, half foot, and throws it right up the middle for a 10-yard first down. In a game, you're down 3 scores anyway. So you can't move the fucking ball at all. Davis Mills sucks, and David Culley can't coach. That's a fact. The facts are the facts. I've seen enough. After this fucking year, I'll tell David Culley, you either fucking get rid of Davis Mills or you're fucking fired. Because I'm tired of seeing this. I can't see these blowouts every fucking week. We can't get in the end zone. I'll entertain the show for now. But at the end of this fucking year, I would walk right in that front office and I would tell David Culley, I'd tell him right the fuck now, you bench Davis Mills, you get a quarterback in the draft, or you can fucking get the fuck out of here. Because I'm telling you this now. If we don't draft the quarterback in the draft next year, we're fucked. And not only that, but Cam Newton is available. What's the worst that can happen? You bring him in. What's the worst that can happen? You have nothing to lose at this point. You have absolutely more to gain to see if Cam Newton has a comeback. Tyrod Taylor comes back. Why not have Tyrod Taylor and Cam Newton fucking playing? That to me sounds like something that a team like Arizona or any teams on the schedule looking up say, you know what? I'm going to look up the game footage on these 2 guys to see how they play. I'm a little bit concerned. I mean, we could beat them, but still, that's 2 guys that can produce points and can put game-winning drives even at this stage of their career. And instead, we just go with Davis Mills and no backup quarterbacks at all whatsoever. Are you that desperate to see Davis Mills' stats the entire game, just to let him stat bait maybe 100 yards or 150 and say, well, you see there, he's got 100 yards, 112 yards, but look at his completion rate, and it's almost 80%. Who gives a shit? You're down fucking 31-5. Who cares? I want touchdowns. I want fucking points. And even if his completion rating is worse, I want points in the end zone. We can't get in the end zone, man. None of these receivers can get in the end zone. Nico Collins, Brandon Cooks, CJ Moore, Conley, none of these guys can get in the end zone. None of them. None of them can get in the end zone. Farrell Brown, Brevin Jordan, all of our tight ends, you can forget it. None of them can get in the fucking end zone and score. All their stats. I feel bad for anybody who's drafted a receiver on this team. Or I mean, if you draft our defense, great, you might get some points. But our fucking receivers and our running backs, if you draft any of those guys, you're fucked. Because they can't get points, man. So your fantasy numbers aren't going to look that good if you draft any of our receivers. Don't matter how good they are. It don't matter how good they are. They're not going to get in the end zone. Because why? Because Davis Longneck Mills can't produce a fucking drive. He can't produce a fucking drive. 2 fucking drives in 5 games. 2 fucking offensive drives. And how many he's had? Like 40? God, he sucks. And David Culley, I don't know if he's trolling and just saying this guy's good just to throw the NFL off and say, okay, we're going to get a quarterback in the draft. We're going to make them think we're not going to get one. Then we're going to get a top-tier quarterback in the draft, like the guy from Ole Miss, Corral or Spencer Rattler, the other options we have, in the draft. So he could be throwing the NFL off, but something tells me he could go into the draft and say, you know what? Davis Mills, all he needs is a great offensive line. So we'll go offensive lineman in the first round and then maybe draft a receiver in the 3rd or the 4th later in the rounds. And that's a bad way to go. We need a backup quarter. We need a fucking quarterback in the draft, man. We need to get our next fucking franchise guy because Davis Mills is not the guy. He's just not confident. He's not a starting quarterback. Maybe backup third wing in a game. You're down. You want to pull your starting quarterback out. You had a bad game. Let's say Patrick Mahomes has a bad game. You pull him out. then you put Davis Mills in and let him complete the 12 minutes. That way you protect your quarterback. Nobody gets hurt. Okay, fine. But you got Davis Mills out here with no backup quarterback, no one to learn from at all. And you're just throwing him into the fire and just hoping something happens. Dude, 5 games in, I'm already convinced this is the best he's got. This guy sits in the fucking pocket, even when the pocket's protecting him. Throw it. He overthrew a pass to fucking Conley on a fade route and could have gotten us a 1st and goal. And he overthrew the guy. The guy was wide fucking open. Davis Mills couldn't connect. That was in the 4th quarter. And then when Davis does throw a pass, Brandon Cooks dropped the pass. And he was wide fuck open. And nothing seems to work. Nothing seems to get a positive drive going from this team. Why is that? And then David Culley, well, on 3rd and 8, we're going to throw a halfback draw and a run block offense that can't run block for shit anyway. But we're just going to throw them off and make them think that we're going to fake it. Yeah, that's going to throw them off. Yeah, and the motherfuckers just stack up the fucking box. So they're anticipating a screen pass, so they're going to anticipate the halfback draw. That's exactly what is happening. They're not trying. It's bullshit. They're not trying to put points on the board. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to watch the highlights. I've been watching highlights for the last 3 weeks, and that's it. I'm not going to watch any of the game footage or nothing. We're going to lose the rest of our games because that's what's going to happen. We're going to go 1-16. We're going to go into the first round, a first pick, and we better get a quarterback. We better. Because anything in the draft is better than this piece of shit. Anything is better than him. I've seen enough. Enough. It doesn't matter if we're going to lose. We're expected to lose games. This is a tank season, but I expect us to try. And there's not any trying at all. They're not trying at all. We can't put fucking points on the board. The moral victory now, get a field goal, and that's it. So it won't be 0 at least. Pathetic. That is pathetic, Culley. And his press conferences, it's just, that's even the head scratcher. You just got to sit through one. I sat through it today, and he goes, well, they didn't see that safety. We got him. I'm like, that was the first quarter. You go up 2-0, a baseball score. Congratulations. Then we get 3. Like, yeah, got 5 on that drive, huh? You didn't see that one, huh? We threw the whole defense off on that one. So you're up 5-0. Congratulations. The baseball score. Maybe a little exaggerated soccer score. And then that was the end of it. The Cardinals just started scoring touchdowns, and then it was like 3rd and 8, and Culley's like halfback draw up the middle and just block. He'll see the crease. Bullshit. We can't run the fucking ball to begin with. And then you design a halfback draw? Jesus fucking Christ, you're terrible. You're a terrible fucking head coach. You don't even know how to tank right. You can't even call plays. You costed us the game against the Patriots. Faking a fucking punt when we're up 13 in the 4th quarter. You just punt the ball, pin them back. You just gave the Patriots 7 points. And then they just came back and beat us. And I remember I was talking to Polston, I think. I said, yep, this game's over. Look at that fake punt. And Polston started laughing. He's like, ha, 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 ha. Yeah, this game's over. Ha, ha, ha. And I knew it. We both knew it, even though the Patriots, I think they scored 3 on that drive, but we both knew it was over. We're like, yep, game's over. We both knew at that point it was over. The game was over, and we were still up by 10 points, and I knew it was over. I said, yep, they're going to come back now because they got all the momentum now. We can't fucking score, man. We can't put points on the board. Period. Why is that? I can't sit through another Davis Mills game. I can't. I'm done. I'm done with that motherfucker. I can't sit and watch him in the back. I can't do it. I can't keep watching this motherfucker. I can't. Next week against the Rams, he starts. I'm not watching. Tyrod plays. I'll watch. I'm not watching any more Davis Mills footage. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. He can't score. So why do we have him here? He can't fucking score. no backup quarterback to help this motherfucker either. Most rookie quarterbacks sit behind a veteran quarterback taking notes. That's why Jeff Driscoll would have been good in this situation. And bring Jeff Driscoll in and let him start, and then Davis sit there with a pen and a pad, take notes. That wouldn't have really been much, but it'd be better than this. Now you just throw him in there with no veteran quarterbacks telling him what he should and should not do. And then David, and you just expect this. Oh my God. Bro, he has no backup quarterback to help him even get better. He has no fucking help from no backup quarterback to help this motherfucker get better. Every other team in the NFL's got 2-3 quarterbacks, and we only got fucking one. That's it. And David Culley goes, well, you know, Tyrod, he's going to be back pretty soon. Ha ha. What does it matter? Suppose he comes back against the Rams. Why does it matter anymore? You know why? Because a piece of shit fucking can't stay healthy. That's Tyrod Taylor. He's too dangerous on the field. He scrambles in the backfield. He can't find an open receiver. He runs for 2 yards, gets hit, dives head first down, and he gets injured, man. This is how Tyrod Taylor is. He can't stay healthy long enough, so that quarterback rating of 144 means nothing when you only play 2 games a year. Fool's gold. He can't play a whole season. I said this at the beginning of the year. I said, watch Tyrod Taylor spin around and run around in the backfield, run for a fucking quarterback sneak, and watch a linebacker hit him and see what the fuck he does. And every fucking time, it never fucking fails with that guy. He gets hurt, he can't play. So in a game, you got 144 quarterback passing rating. In that game, you stay healthy, what, a quarter and a half? So, yeah, the stats look good for one fucking game. Maybe you'll sign as a backup for somebody else. But you can't play 17 games. You can't even play half the season. You can't play 4 fucking games. So I don't give a shit if he comes back. I don't give a fuck because I know he's going to get hurt again. Fuck him. He's not going to stay healthy. And if you're going to tank, why are you going to start him anyway? That would be stupid to start fucking Tyrod and get in a season you're tanking anyway for a number 1 pick. So you can get 2 or 3 wins and then move back in the fucking draft board and get maybe the 5th pick, which there's still great quarterbacks available. I saw like 10 of them on the list. So they can still get a top 5 pick and be fine. But the point is that what's the point of Tyrod even coming back? Like, what's the purpose now? So you lose to the Rams next week. Davis starts. You lose another game with Davis. Tyrod comes back mid-November. You're 1-9, 1-10. What does it matter? You might as well just complete the process and you might as well complete the process and just fucking lose out, dude. That's it. Just complete the fucking process, lose out. All I'm asking is that you have a backup quarterback and produce some drives that'll put points on the board and have something to look forward to for next year. But if Davis Mills is losing and can't score touchdowns and you go into next fucking season with the schedule releasing coming out, and then you're like, oh, yeah, Davis Mills should be good to go. Bullshit. He ain't going to be good to go. He's not. Never. He can't fucking score points. We need points. With this team, we need touchdowns. I'm tired of the field goals. I'm tired of the fucking field goals, man. Ridiculous. Take PJ Walker, Sam Darnold. I'm sick of this motherfucker, man. I said this before when we entered the draft, and we picked Davis Mills. I said when it came to us, the guy we wanted they picked, and I said, you know what, Sam Ehlinger is available. They're like, ooh, let's pick Davis Mills. And as soon as he got drafted, I saw Long Neck going up to the podium. And they're like, you know, ESPN pulls a stat board. Like, look at who they just picked, the guy who's only played 12 games. They must be tanking. They said this right when we drafted him. And I looked, I said, what the fuck? I said, Sam Ehlinger was available. That would have been a perfect fucking pick. You know, a Texas guy, a Longhorns guy. He's got stats up the wazoo. He's played 3 full seasons with the Longhorns. You bring him here, that would have been a perfect fucking fit, either in Dallas or in Houston. Either way, keep him here in the Lone Star State. But we drafted a guy that played 12 fucking games. And I said, wait a minute, what the fuck? And they said that Davis Mills was expected to go in the 6th round, or if not, go undrafted. And we drafted him in the 3rd fucking round. Unfucking believable. And Davis said, yeah, you got to just trust me on this one, guys. Just trust me on that. Just trust me on this pick, man. Just trust me. I'm like, God. I remember Hugh Jackson said that one time. And then he reminds me a lot like Hugh Jackson. What are you guys, friends now? You guys buddies now? Is Hugh Jackson calling the plays? He's like, just got to trust me with this one, guys. I know what I'm talking about. Just trust me with this one. I'm like, bull. Trust the guy who played fucking 12 games in college. And you drafted him and took a chance. That's a big risk there. A big risk in the 3rd round. Fucking idiots. Even the ESPN analysts were roasting us. Those guys must be tanking for next year. Deion Sanders is like, why would they draft the guy that's supposed to go undrafted anyway? It sounded like one of those episodes where the bad guys are like, It sounded like that in the draft. And I'm like, everybody's like, why the fuck would you draft a guy that's supposed to be undrafted? You could have got that guy in the 8th round if you wanted to. Why'd you waste the pick on that guy? I mean, we could have drafted Sam Ehlinger. He was available. We didn't draft him. You let the Colts draft him in our fucking division, mind you. And now they got Wentz, who's actually not playing that bad. Actually had to quote him and apologize because the guys should be on a 3-game winning streak right now. Maybe a 4th. They may beat the Niners tonight. He's actually playing pretty good in that game. And then you got Sam Ehlinger in the back. They got 2 fucking quarterbacks. We don't even have 1 quarterback, let alone a backup. I would step in the locker room right now and tell David Culley, you're tanking for the number 1 pick and you're getting a quarterback in the draft. And this guy will be benched next year. And that's it. Period. Point blank. And if you don't do that, you're fired. And that is flat fucking out. You have to take control of the ownership. And the ownership has to come in, or the GM, and says, this is what I expect. This is what we're going to do for next year. We're going to draft a quarterback, top 5 pick. I don't give a fuck. Draft a quarterback in the next year's draft. If I don't see a fucking quarterback in that first fucking pick and Davis Mills is the only guy you got back there and you refuse to sign a backup, you're fucking fired. You're out of here. And Tim Kelly, I'm promoting you to head coach. And that's where I'm going with that. No more of this shit, man. No more of this. This is it. We're not scoring points. We're not moving the ball down the field in a game that's all about the quarterback and receivers. We need a quarterback that can drive the ball. We need points. That's it, point blank. This is an offensive-driven league. There's really no defense in the NFL anyway nowadays. It's all about points now. We need a quarterback that can put drives together to get our guys in the end zone. And we're not doing that. We'll be lucky if we can get past the 50-yard line. That's what's going on. If you can get to the 50-yard line, Davis Mills will put our kicker, Fambrini, in a 75-yard field goal range. That's what I'm hoping for when I watch the next game against the Rams. If he can get the ball to about the 39-yard line, Fambrini might as well run out there on 1st down and prepare to start kicking, because this motherfucker here cannot get to the red zone, and he can't fucking get in the end zone. At all. None. We can't fucking score. It all comes down to his points. Defense is there. Offense, we have some talented receivers, talented tight ends, talented running backs, but we can't run block for shit. But we're calling running plays on shotgun formations on 3rd down and 8. So now you basically got to run 15 yards to get 8. Fucking idiots, I swear to God. It's unbelievable. 3rd and 6. Another shotgun play. Another shotgun play design when you don't have a run block. Nothing. Oh, let's just throw a screen pass this time on 3rd and 7. Oh, yeah, we'll fool the defense. And the whole defense just blitzed. They just blitzed everybody. Everybody blitzed. There's no one in the backfield because they know he's not going to audible. So they just fucking rush back there. And Davis Mills is just running because he's scared for his life. He even said in the press conference, I spent most of the time running in the backfield. That's what he said this. He go watch the Davis Mills press conference. He said, I spent most of my time running around. Yeah, because they were blitzing you because they know you can't throw the fucking ball. So they just said, fuck it, I'll take my chances and blitz this motherfucker. He can't throw the ball past 10 yards. And when they're blitzing him, you can forget it. He fucking gets scared real quick. There's times he's crawled in fetal position. He already gave up before they could hit him. I just meant, fuck this guy. He can't extend the play. He can't scramble the pocket. He can't do nothing. All he can do is play action pass for a 10-yard dink and dunk. And as soon as they read that and they cover it, game over. That's it for that guy. With the occasional run here or there, the play action is really his only strength. And that's a very small dink and dunk passing, and maybe a game you're blown out anyway. So they're just playing half speed. And they're not trying. They know Davis Mills can't drive the ball down the field. So they know, okay, this guy's going to throw maybe a 10-yard pass. If we could just stop that one play, bam, that's it for that guy. There was a play design on a fade route. C.J. Moore wide open. He just missed him. A whole mile. He was wide the fuck open. Can't connect. And that was like a 30-yard bomb. That play went wide. It looked like a wide right field goal. He's not accurate. He's not accurate beyond 10 yards. I'd be really scared if Davis Mills could throw past 10 yards. It frightens me. As soon as the ball goes beyond 10 yards, I'm already waiting for a tip, batted pass led to an interception, or some sort of overpass, overthrown or underthrown. Either one. He can't throw beyond 10 yards. That's it. What stats are we hope? That's why stats look so good, because he has like 80 yards on like 12 for 14 the whole game. 12 for 14 for 80 yards. That's it. No touchdowns, no whatever. And a fucking fumble. And David Culley sits there like a fucking idiot and says, well, look at his completion rating, though. It's improved. His completion rating has improved. In a game, you're down 31-5. There's no improvement. Can't score. Can't get in the end zone. This quarterback here doesn't give us the ability to score. And I'll tell you this right now. I'm not watching any more of the games. I'm just going to let them. I'm just going to do roasting, and that's it. And then at the end of the year, I expect them to draft a quarterback within the top 5. Whatever they land in the draft, I don't care. Get a quarterback. Let's start this thing. Davis Mills goes right back to the bench. Second string, third string. That's it. Pick up another backup quarterback and get this ball rolling. Because if Davis Mills start next year, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to trash talk, not going to throw hate weeks, nothing. I'm just going to do I'm not even going to do a preview. I'll just wait till the game plays. I'll watch the highlights on ESPN, and then I'll just hit just watch the little highlights, the 10-minute video packages they put together, and then go from there. It's not worth sitting through watching these games. They're not trying. They're not doing nothing. They can't produce anything on the offensive side of the ball. And David Culley will cherry pick one or two things in a game you're blown out anyway, and then try to use that as some justifiable argument to say, well, you got to look at the completion rating. It's improved. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then they say, what about that safety we had earlier? I'm like, yeah, that was 2-0. That was the first quarter in like the first 12 minutes of the game. What about the rest of the 60 fucking minutes, you idiot? The score was 31-5, and you're talking about a safety and a field goal that we had, dude. Unfucking believable. That's the moral victory with this guy, is just getting the field goal, putting points on the board. Doesn't matter what the points is. We'll score 2 points, and he'll be like, yeah, well, that was a good safety there. Collins had, Murray would look like he was scared on that play. Ha ha. And then the game, like we don't fucking see the fucking visiting score, dude. Come on. You have to be a fucking idiot not to see that. Like, you don't see the 31 points that they have later in the game. Is this about winning games, or is this just about the small stats we're getting to make our team better? Because I don't see it. We need a quarterback. We need a backup, first of all. We've gone this far without a backup. Does it even make sense to bring one in? No. You might as well just complete the tank and let Davis play. I hope he does. I hope he lasts the rest of the season. Just to make a joke. Just keep on with the jokes. So that way, this goes on your resume as a head coach. This goes on the coaching staff as well. This goes a direct slap in the face to the front office for choosing to draft this kid in the 3rd round. I'm not even going to blame Davis Mills. I hope I hope he does well, but I hope for the worst. So that way, it's a joke to the organization. It's a joke to this front office. I will, if Davis Mills continue to do bad out there, so that way the front office can look bad. It ain't going to look bad for you. It ain't going to look bad for you because at the end of the day, you were just thrown into there anyway, and they didn't properly train you. Not that I don't think you're good, because I don't think you're good anyway, but they didn't even give you, that's like being hired to drive a forklift, and the first day you go into work, and you're like, yeah, I don't have any forklifting experience. Oh, that's okay. Just get on there and turn it on. So you're just on there messing with buttons and stuff. God knows if you're going to damage anything in the back or kill someone. So you have no one to train you. So Davis Mills has no one to sit back and train him. And then he's got an idiot head coach who can't call plays. And it's like, well, we called for that fake punt because we thought we were going to draw him off sides to get the first down. And then I just decided to just go for the punt. But I told my punter, don't run back there because it makes no sense to run 15 yards back when you can still punt it from 5. But later did you know when you punt the ball from 5 fucking yards, there's still defenders behind the actual line and the ball hits them, Patriots recover. They got the field goal, and then I just knew from there it was over. Even though we were up 2 scores in the fourth, I knew it was over, and it was over. All you have to do for Davis Mills is just blitz the fuck out of him. That's it. That's all you got to do. And rush the ball out of his hands and let gravity force take its way. He can't throw beyond 10 yards. And that's it. That's just the sad fact of the truth. He can't. He really has no accuracy beyond 10 yards. He's not good at all. Not at all. And I really don't even think he's going to be. But I honestly, I hope we go 1-16. I hope we do. So then that way the front office takes the largest L in this for suggesting that we should draft a guy who's only played 12 games in the first place. And then on a guy like David Culley who continues to make bad calls in critical timing. On 3rd and long, run the fucking ball. You don't have a run blocking offense. Does that make any fucking sense whatsoever? No, it makes no sense. That makes no sense. We have an offensive line that can't run block. They can pass block, but guess what? It don't matter because Davis Mills can't throw the fucking ball. So he can't throw the ball downfield. So guess what? The pass block means nothing. You can't run block. We have running backs, but doesn't matter. Because you don't have a run block. Then you have a pass block, but you have a quarterback can't throw the ball beyond 10 yards. So what does it matter? You're fucked either way you look at it. A quarterback can't throw an offensive line that can't run block. You're screwed. Your running backs and receivers mean nothing at this point. That's why we can't put points on the board. And then you got a coach like David Culley tries to mix it up on 3rd and long and just says, well, we'll just halfback draw. And then the offense will do he'll see the hole in and he sees a hole in and increase, and then he'll see the hole and run through it. Yeah, right. Ingram can't run through nothing. And David Johnson, God forbid, I feel bad for the guy. He's actually a better receiver than he is a running back. He's not a good running back at all. He sucks. And the only time he's good is when you put him in receiver formation and slot formation. He's actually not that bad. I actually would consider him more of a receiver than a running back. And Lindsey can't stay healthy. Rex Burkhead never plays, so it doesn't matter. And Ingram, he sucks anyway. So he can't see the holes. So he'll just run up the pile and he can't see the holes to run through. I mean, either way, it's a clusterfuck. You have receivers just running out there for nothing now. They're just running routes and it means nothing because Davis Mills can't get the ball to him. So it means nothing at the end of the fucking day. Terrible head coach, a terrible quarterback, terrible run blocking scheme. We have a defense. We got receivers and tight ends, running backs, but that's it. Yeah, Choco Flynn, just come on later. I might do a vlog later, separate from this. I haven't even read the comments because I've been so fucking mad. Let me go ahead and start from the top. Hey, Matt, what's going on? They didn't even cross the 30-yard line, not even close to the red zone. Yeah, they can't. They can't get nowhere. Today was a complete and utter incompetence, pretty much. Then keep running on 1st and 2nd down. Those runs were stopped right away. Yep. How you feel about playing the Rams next week? Not good at all. Time to get Spencer Rattler. I agree. Is Culley going to get fired? No. Unfortunately, he'll be here. Same shit, different day. Yep, pretty much. Is Watson going to be traded by the deadline? I fucking hope so. I want him out of here. That's another piece of shit. I hope he's out of here. Try and get Tua. Oh, God, no. Well, the Bears, Chiefs, and Panthers all scored less points than the Texans today somehow. Really? So we have 5 points? How many do they have? Oh, the Panthers, I think, had 2. The screens and run was the only plays. Pretty much. Trayon Diggs is overrated. Changed my mind. Hey, I like Diggs. Brock Purdy over Spencer Rattler. I think most mock draft will have getting an Ole Miss quarterback. Yeah? Yeah, tough loss. The defense was getting cooked out in that field, left guys open in the Cardinals. Yeah. Texans better not accept Sam Darnold and Robbie Anderson for the Panthers. Will just remain the same if we trade with Carolina. Should we try to sign Phillip Rivers at this point? Yeah. Oh, he's head coach over there in Alabama, so I doubt he. For some high school down there, he's got like a 5-year contract, so I doubt he's going to come out of retirement. Davis Mills making Brock Osweiler. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Y'all need a Watson dog, like for real. Too much turnovers. Beg Andrew Luck to come back. Bill O'Brien didn't want Christian Cook, Chase Edmonds, or first round for DeAndre Hopkins. Opted to get second David Johnson. I know, don't remind me. What's up, man? What's up? Mills can't even throw for a high school JV team. I agree. My team scored over 50. Oh, congratulations. Y'all kicked the Jets' ass. I saw that. Does Mills and Tim Kelly can pack their shit and leave? David Culley's is a bridge head coach until we get someone in like Lincoln Riley or Joe Brady. Yeah, I'll take Lincoln Riley. Davis Mills completed 23 passes for 132 yards, literally 4 yards a pass. God, he's fucking terrible. One game he had no yards. Like he had no yards till the fourth quarter. I know he had 4 yards against the Bills. 4 net yards. I was like, yep, that's it. Could be worse. New York Jets got destroyed by the time they sent the Jets to Toronto. Matt Corral, yeah. That's right. We destroyed the Jets. Seriously, the furthest they got to Arizona on the 35-yard line. I know. It's fucking ridiculous, man. We can't even fucking get in the red zone. Not even close to the red zone. Exactly. Cam Newton can't be worse than Davis Mills, but I guess the vaccine controversy is Cam Newton blackballed from the season. Go get Cam. At least we have the Astros. Oh, Cam is vaccinated? Well, that's good. He can play then. Maybe we'll sign Kyrie Irving. It's too noticeable what plays is coming and we do is run and screen pass. They know. Yes, Miguel, facts. Yes, they know every fucking play. David Culley sounds like Dusty Rhodes, but looks like Colin Powell. The Jets been tanking for quarterbacks for years. There isn't a quarterback worth picking in the top 5. Maybe a drafter or wide receiver first. He said, laugh out loud, Spencer Rattler is a fucking mistake. I would just take Malik Willis in the second round. I stopped in 2014 or 15. And he said, Chargers versus Texans Christmas game. Oh, God, you're going to fucking kill us. Thoughts on the Watson trade rumors? Well, if we can get him the hell out of here before the trade deadline, that'd be nice. Bring in Jay Cutler, Phillip Rivers. Why not? Rockets are losing right now, but at least they ain't getting blown out like the Texans and they're scoring. I just don't like the head coach. I don't like the head coach from the Texans or the Rockets. I think both of them are fucking Hugh Jackson 2.0. Kelvin Sampson would be a perfect head coach for the Rockets. Yeah, I think so. Houston is a baseball town now. Yep. Kyle Orton looking for a job, and so is Tim Tebow. Hey, would y'all take Tim Tebow at quarterback? Texans. It can't get any worse. I would take him. Bring in Tebow. Yeah, sell this team. Well, bring in Tim Tebow. Steve, why are you getting so pissed? You know that. Can we have the Titans back? Yeah. Oilers. Just change the name to the Oilers and bring back the old jerseys. Yeah, I like that. What do you think about the Panthers are going to trade the Texans for Watson? Are you going to give us Sam Darnold? Because I hope not. B.J. Robinson destined to be in Houston. Oh, I would love to have him at running back. How about the Chiefs? Yeah, man, they got their fucking asses handed to them by the Titans. I kind of saw that coming. Titans look impressive. They should hand over the Oilers and we can sell the team, bring back our team history. You need a good old line for Houston for Rattler. I don't think Rattler is that personally. We have 5 running backs and a hot single one for them respectable besides Scotty Phillips, and Culley won't play him. People should stop coming to home games and stop buying. Yeah, I won't even wear a fucking Texans jersey anymore, man. I got my Will Fuller. I refuse to wear these pieces of shit jerseys until they start fucking scoring. If you're going to tank, that's fine, but put some points on the board so I can wear my jerseys. I'm not going to wear any jerseys anymore until these fuckers start getting in the end zone. I'm tired of it. Even if they tank, they don't have first-round picks. The first pick, first overall, the Texans select Patsy Brooks, punter from 10. Oh, God, don't say that. What's up, man? Dallas is on point this season. At least y'all are better than the Panthers. Is he interacting with the chat or just ranting the stream? I was, but now I'm reading it. Panthers beat the Texans pretty good. Yeah, they did. And that was the only game where Davis Mills had one decent 2-minute drive. I'm fucking done with the Panthers. I'm going back to my roots. Should turn heel and join the Cowboys with McCaffrey, Hill, Rose, who can't stay healthy. McCaffrey, yeah, I feel bad for McCaffrey though, man. The guy, they said like from 2018, he only played 9 games or some shit like that. Let's see. What are the Panthers going to trade the Texans for Watson? I honestly, I don't even know if I want anybody from there. Greetings from Chicago. Love your swag. Hate the commie NFL. Well, that's good to go. That's good to know. That's good to hear about, Ronnie. Let's see. The Panthers are in free for all right now. Miami and Carolina are just big clusterfucks. I'll take some first round draft picks from Miami if they give it to us. I predict we'll trade with Miami. I don't predict we're going to get Sam Darnold. I hope not, man. Fuck that guy. But I mean, I'll take him over Davis, but I won't be too excited. It won't. It's not enough for me to watch. The Panthers have to do something with Darnold. What's up, Coach Dante? Carolina gave up their hopes. I know. I saw that, bro. How did they lose to the Giants like that? Yeah. Why even chat if you don't interact with it? I am. Well, okay, I'm reading old chats. No. This team should compare to fire, dumpster fire. I think Davis Mills is the worst quarterback we've ever had. Worse than Tony Banks at the end of his stage of his career. I think this is the worst quarterback we've gotten ever. He's the worst one. I was a Steelers fan, and then, I'd rather take P.J. Walker. Yeah, if P.J. Walker, make him available, Carolina, and I'll take him. I'll take P.J. Walker. Panthers StreamYard chat is automatic. 3 to 4 games left behind in December. Shaq, Thompson, Burris are coming in. Panthers are not done. Okay. They are done. We have no desire to win. Oh, what's up? Didn't look today. Let's see. There are 2 weeks. This year has to be the worst quarterback class, to be honest. Malik Wilson, the only one that stands out. I just want to wait until Arch Manning. Oh, man, I can't wait for that one. That means we had a tank. This is a big week for the Texans. What do you think you're going to get for Deshaun? We get it. The Texans stuck. The story of hand of my life, a change in trade your Texans to make this week. Give me draft picks and give me P.J. Walker, and we'll give you Deshaun. Oh, you want a link, Coach? I'll send it to your Instagram. All right? Give me a minute. Let me send it to your Instagram. Give me 1 minute, bro. Wait, my bad. Hold on. Wait. Login. Hold on. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find the link, bro. Was that really? Oh, Coach Dante, you're on my Facebook, right? Are you on my Facebook, Coach Dante? Can I send it to you on there? Let me go ahead and send it to you on Facebook, bro. I'm gonna let you get a word in since you're a Texans fan, bro. Get on here and spit some knowledge, man. 1 second, bro. I'm just honestly, dude. If there's anything you want to add to this piece of shit game, go ahead. But I didn't even. Okay, I see you on here, bro. I'm about to send it to you. Give me a minute. All right, link's right there. Go ahead. All right, I sent you the link, bro. Let me know when you come in. All right. I haven't seen that level of just awfulness in years. Yeah, I'm shocked they got 3, and I'm shocked we got the fucking safety. I just can't believe the Texans are so empty that they can't make it. Dude, it's fucking pathetic watching them. It's pathetic watching them. I can't keep watching them anymore. I don't care to watch them anymore. They just gave, and this is worse than the 2014 or the 2-14 season. I think we had in 2014. It's worse than that because every game the Texans would score. They would score touchdowns, and then Schaub would throw an interception at the end that caused us a game, and we'd be on a potential game-winning drive. He lost like 7 or 8 games where we could have won. Okay, fine. We just bad luck. 2-14, bad luck. This year is going to be 1-16 with a string of games that are just straight blowouts. That's it. Period. Point blank. They're not. It's worse than a tank because they say, oh, I think this coaching staff is literally convinced that Davis Mills is the guy going forward. I think a part of me feels that way. I think they've convinced themselves that if they just stick it out and see where it goes, it'll pan out. It'll pan itself out. And honestly, I just don't see it. I don't see Davis Mills getting better at all, period, point blank. I just don't see it. And I know it's just 5 games. I get it. We play some really tough teams. But he can't score, can't move the offense. You don't have a backup quarterback that can help him, a veteran quarterback that sit behind and go through the plays like any other team does on their roster. You know, even the Browns in their worst years you would see McGowan sitting there, Stanton sitting there, and Manziel or whoever, and they would be like, you're supposed to do this and move the ball. And, like, these guys are all talking to each other. Davis Mills is sitting there with his hands in his pocket. He has no one to help him. He has no one to help him. So that's why I don't really like. Okay, hold on. I'm about to let you in. All right, what's up, Coach Dante? What's good?
What's good, my boy? What's good? What's good?
All right, make sense of this. Again, don't sit here and tell me Arizona's the best team in the league because they are. We already know that, and
No,
we would expect.
Make
sense of it. Make sense of Davis Mills. Make sense of David Culley. Make sense of all this.
Like the Arizona Cardinals are no doubt right now the way they playing, they're the best team in football. Just the way if you go by the way they're playing, but I'm kind of not. When I'm thinking, I'm kind of not going to say David Culley is garbage right now. I'm willing to wait. I just think it's the quarterback situation, bro. Davis Mills is not ready to play football, and when you have Tyrod Taylor going out with a hamstring injury, it changed. Look how the offense completely changed. Instead of what Tyrod Taylor was in the lineup.
Okay, but this is the thing you got to understand. First of all, Tyrod Taylor's not going to last the whole season. That's first and foremost. So there's no point in him coming back.
I understand. But
he's not going to last.
The key for the Texans. Yeah, we know the key for the Texans. What is our strong point and what we desperately need is a quarterback. That's pretty much. Well, if the Texans don't have a quarterback, we pretty much doomed.
Well, here's the part that's going to throw a monkey wrench in what you're saying. David Culley and them, I think, are convinced that Davis Mills is a guy.
I don't think he's a guy. I don't think Davis Mills is very good. I don't even know who this guy is. I never watched him play a snap.
I think this coaching staff thinks he's the guy.
I don't think he's the guy.
Well, I actually don't think he's the guy, and if they think he's a guy, he's staying.
Then he's staying. Like everybody deserves some blame. I mean, David Culley. Like I said again.
Okay, let me say this. You're saying it's the quarterback situation. You're saying it's strictly the quarterback situation. Let's run back some of the plays.
The quarterback.
Third and 16. He halfback draws to David Johnson. Okay.
Well, first of all,
go ahead.
Tim Kelly is calling the plays, not David Culley. Tim Kelly is calling the plays. So we got to hold Tim Kelly. Yeah, he gets the hit. He gets the hit because he's the actual play caller. But it goes through the coaching staff as well. But we know everything built around the quarterback situation. We just don't have a goddamn quarterback. You look at our defense. It is not. Is our defense that bad? I don't think our defense is that bad.
No, it's not.
I actually don't. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, 3rd and 8, you run the ball halfback draw. 3rd and 6, you run the ball halfback draw. 3rd and 16, you ruck and run halfback draw. Same fucking plays you're drawing up. Now you take it to another 3rd and 7. Davis Mills throws the ball and Brandon Cooks drops it. Another play back in the fourth when it really didn't matter anyway. Davis Mills overthrows, I think, with C.J. Moore or Conley. One of those guys was wide the fuck open on a fade.
It was Chris Moore. It was Chris Moore.
He was wide the fuck open, and Davis Mills throws him out of bounds.
And then on third, I believe it was on 3rd and 13. I'm sick of all these screen plays, these wide receiver screens, knowing that we can't block. I'm sick of all these what is the point if we are moving the football up the field? Why do we always got to throw a wide receiver screen knowing we can't block anybody? Why is we always doing that?
We can't run block, so that eliminates the run. No. You can't pass block because you can't.
The defense is always blitzing.
Davis Mills can't go past 10 yards. So you can't design a fucking pass play when you have a pass blocking offense, but you can't connect to your receivers. Now you run the fucking ball. So you're in shotgun formation. It's 3rd and 6. You got your running back lineup, 5-6 yards behind the line of scrimmage? Mm-hmm. So instead of running 8 yards for the first down, you got to run 14 yards, and your offensive line can't block.
The first drive, we came out running. The first drive, I liked it what we did. We came out running the football. But guess what killed the first drive? Oops, we get a goddamn penalty. A chop blocking penalty by Akers. That sent us back. Now it went from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 15. And guess what came? A goddamn screen play. David Johnson falls the fuck down. That's what kills the drive. We also get a goddamn safety, which is we can get to the quarterback. We was nicking. We was all right on rice on Kyler Murray in the first half. But the defense supposed to give up big plays when your offense can't get past the 50-yard line. So the defense eventually is going to get tired and give up big plays. The defense is actually competitive. If you're looking at it,
let's put it like this.
Yeah, go ahead.
The moral defeat now, or the moral victory in a loss, is not scoring touchdowns. It's just to get a field goal. Now. That's it. Just to say you don't have zero.
That's all we see to do.
Buffalo's performance of losing 42-0 or whatever that fucking score was. We don't want to repeat that performance, but if we can make it 45-3, we got a good chance. I don't see it. So, Did you see David Culley's press conference?
Yeah.
Did you see what he said about Davis?
No.
He said
no. Because them garbage time stats. Them garbage time stats. I mean, if you're throwing 4 yards, if you're throwing 4 yards every single time, your completion percentage supposed to be that high. If you're doing nothing but dinking and dumping, your percentage supposed to be that high. Especially we already down. You're gonna have more opportunities. We can't run block to save our lives. The pass blocking competes, but golly, Davis Mills, the moment you heat him up, he's already gonna fall on the ground. He just lost a fumble today, a big time fumble. I mean, the defense come out there. The defense come out there flat out competing, putting Kyler Murray on his ass. He definitely got a concussion today, dealing with Jacob Martin in this damn defensive line. So, like I say again, if someone's gonna say the defense gave up a whole lot of yards, that's because they have to keep getting back on the goddamn field because the offense cannot move the football. So that defense is gonna get gassed. The secondary not gonna be able to hold that long. This defensive front is actually pretty good if anybody is looking at it. They're actually pretty good.
The defense is good. I said the defense is good. I gave them credit.
Yeah,
they did good the whole first half against the Cardinals.
I definitely agree with you. Yeah,
they actually scored us.
I mean, in every single game. Every single game, the defense has been actually pretty good.
Offense.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Offense. Go ahead.
If Davis Mills is a starter next year, if he's a starting quarterback next year,
I don't think he should be. I don't think he will be a starting quarterback. I hope he's not a starting quarterback next year. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is not the future. He's not the future. He's too injury prone. I think we just need to get a quarterback. I don't want Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is benched right now. What made you think Spencer Rattler is not good? He just got benched against the Texas Longhorns. We put him out of the game. So he is not good. I'm thinking about that dude, Malik Willis from Liberty. But I don't give a shit.
That's what Mike Anderson said. That's what he just said.
Yeah. Malik Willis from Liberty, that dude is a real deal. After this drive, we better come out with a quarterback. We know Tyrod Taylor is not the answer.
They're putting up a beating on the Ravens. Jamar Chase was dropping passes left and right in preseason, but he's going off right now.
Yep.
The Texans get the number 1 pick. They're going a defensive end with the number
No,
1
we
overall.
need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. No, hell no. We need a quarterback. No,
Nathan Peterman is better than Davis Mills. What do you think of that?
No.
Would you take Nathan Peterman or Davis Mills?
I won't say neither one. That's the draw. I wouldn't say neither one. I won't say neither one.
Okay, what about would you take Cam Newton?
Yeah, I'll take Cam Newton. It can't get any worse for us what it is right now at the quarterback situation.
What about Nick Foles?
Nick Foles, I'll take a chance on him. He know what he's doing. He's a pretty decent quarterback.
Okay, how about this? How about Tim Tebow?
No, he can't throw.
But would you take him over Davis?
I'll take anybody over Davis right now. I'll take him over Davis right now. I'll take him over Davis right now.
I'll take Coach Dante over fucking Davis. I'll let Coach Dante start.
Put me out there. At least I can get up out the pocket. At least I get up out the pocket. At least I can do all that. I can do all that. Man,
what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Is Davis Mills the worst quarterback we've ever had in a Texan uniform? If you think of all the quarterbacks in the past that we've had.
I said it time and time again. I think Brock Osweiler is the worst quarterback we ever had.
Who?
I think Brock Osweiler is Brock Osweiler. I think he's the worst quarterback we ever had.
So you're telling me Davis Mills in 5 games is better than Brock Osweiler? No way.
No, I'm not saying he's better. I said Brock Osweiler is the worst quarterback we ever had in Houston. Davis Mills is bad right now. He's bad right now. But this is he's bad right now. But Brock Osweiler, this man threw an interception in every game except one fucking football game. Then he got paid $74 million when Bill O'Brien didn't even want Brock Osweiler part of his team. Rick Smith wanted him a part of his team.
He took us to the playoffs, though, didn't he?
He took pretty much. Tom Savage did pretty much because we can't. Tom Savage the reason why we beat Jacksonville to get in the playoffs. Brock Osweiler was benched. Next week, Tom Savage got hurt with a concussion in Tennessee. That's why Brock Osweiler got back in the game. But Tom Savage actually got us in the playoffs that year because he came back to beat Jacksonville. And that was the game matter of fact, that was the game Brock Osweiler got benched after those damn 2 interceptions. That was the game that he got benched.
Right.
You know,
okay, so your memory's better than mine, so I'll give you that. Okay, yeah. I'm willing to say the worst Texan quarterback we've ever had was Tony Banks. But the only reason why Tony Banks was because he was on the end of his career. So we all know he was on the end of his crash. And then he took over for David Carr, I think, right? Because David Carr got hurt or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And then Tony Banks got hurt. So Tony Banks was probably the worst quarterback just from stat wise. But I'm willing to put Davis Mills in front of him if he continues on this path, on these records. If Davis Mills plays the rest of the year, which I anticipate that's going to happen, you take 15 games, he's going to lose all of them, and then his stats from this year will make him the worst quarterback on our roster ever. Worst quarterback. We'll put him above Tony Banks. And I feel bad for Tony Banks. Early in his career, he was good, but in the end, he wasn't that good. So I don't mean to trash Tony Banks. You know,
it doesn't get anywhere. It doesn't get any better for us because next week we got the Rams. We're gonna get beat in that game, and Aaron Donald coming that game, so we're gonna get beat against the Rams. Then we still got Seattle coming up. We got the Chargers, so it's a good chance we might. Man, goddamn!
The only winnable games I think we got is we play the Jets.
We play the Jets. That's all.
That one.
We might win that one.
But see, even if Davis Mills wins that,
win that one because Zach Wilson did go out with an injury today.
I don't think that'll be enough to convince me he'll start. Like if so he goes 1-14. Okay, so what?
By time Tyrod Taylor, I just got an ESPN update on Tyrod Taylor. They said he's close to coming back. He will be back at practice this weekend. But 1-10 if he comes back, if he's healthy, what's the point of bringing him back? What's the point?
If you're tanking, what's the purpose?
What's the purpose of bringing him back? He's on a 1-year deal any damn way, and we know he's not the future. We know Tyrod Taylor is not the future, so why not Get a quarterback. Why not get a Malik Willis in the draft? Why not get a dual threat quarterback? A dual threat quarterback.
Okay, so you're on
Dual
with
threat
Mike then.
quarterback.
Mike says to get Malik Willis. What team does he
Malik
play for?
Willis.
What team does he play
Liberty.
for?
Liberty.
Oh, okay. I
He's
need to
good.
start
He's a
watching
dual
his
threat.
footage.
He's a dual threat quarterback. He's dual threat. He's basically I want to say kind of like Deshaun Watson a little bit. What look, Deshaun Watson, you can call him a dual threat quarterback because he can also run, get up out the pocket as well. But he's more like that part of something like that. Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback, dual threat quarterback for Malik Willis. I don't give a damn. I just want a damn quarterback in this draft because, like I say, Tyrod Taylor can't stay healthy, and he's only 1 year deal, a 1 year rental. So the Texans don't have to bring him back. They don't have to bring him back. If they want to,
I hope we don't bring Tyrod back. I hope this is the end of him.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson. Again, I don't know the whereabouts of his case, so I'm not going to judge his case. But he has a bad attitude, and I also think that sets the organization back. I think he is like James Harden in this situation where I don't think this can be fixed. I'm not playing. And he's I think he's in the back. I think he's purposely meddling too. I think he has his take on this. I think the fact he has an attitude and he taunts the Texans organization a lot on the internet, from what I'm hearing from sources, that he's posting pictures with his girlfriend and saying, I'm partying, I'm having a good time, what are you doing? Which he's referring to the Texans organization, laughing and mocking them. And yet he's still on our roster. This is a slap in the face to us fans, a slap in the face to the organization going forward. We have to make – I hate to say this, but I feel like we need to get rid of him even if we just release him at this point, because it gets to a point where the distraction is so – we already have a lot of problems on our plate, and now you just add this, and it just makes it worse. So I think if the Texans – even have to lower the asking price, I think they're down to two options. I think one, we trade him before the trade deadline and see what offers we can get, pick the best one, go from there. Number two, we use him in the draft for next year. Maybe we can trade down and get a whole shitload of picks for next year. There's so many ways you can deal with this Deshaun Watson in the draft or via trade. Where do you think we should go with this?
I've been, ever since you remember the last time we talked, you made that choice, and I've been telling people about that. I've been telling people about this. It's easy. We can hold on to Deshaun Watson and save him for trade bait at the draft to move up to get the quarterback that we want. We can save him as trade, because somebody in a draft is gonna need a quarterback. Somebody in a draft is gonna definitely need a quarterback in the draft. So I was on the part with you when you said, how about save him into the draft to move up and get a quarterback as trade bait. But at this point, if he's acting like this and shooting slugs at the organization, I'm willing to move on for him quick, fast, in a hurry, man. Because I say again, I don't know what happened to the trade rumors.
Even if I take 2 first-round picks for him and that's the best we can get, anything to just get rid of this guy. I'm tired of what he's doing. I'm tired of his antics. I'm tired of the bullshit he's putting us through. And most importantly, I'm sick of his attitude. I just get rid of him. We've seen this from DeMarcus Cousins, Scottie Pippen, and his 1 year deal. We've seen Ron Artest do this. We've seen DeAndre Hopkins have his little temper tantrum. I'm not saying it was a good trade, but the move had to be made for various reasons, because Deshaun was supposed to get his deal. And then, the antics that D-Hop was doing with the front office had to happen. That trade had to, it's just lost to trade. That's just a realistic deal. But Deshaun Watson is no different than James Harden. He's no different than Scottie Pippen and Artest when they came here in 1 year rentals. This is the attitude they give right before they get out the door, because they know it's time to go. So I'm like you. I'm willing to take less just to get rid of the drama. It's like,
see, that's what I'm saying. See, I'm telling this because I'm a coach, knowing me as a coach myself. Any person that got that type of attitude, that don't want to play for an organization, that like to do that, I'm moving on from you. I'm moving on from you. I don't want that distraction a part of my team. I do not want that in the locker room. And at this point, there's no point of keeping him on this roster at this point. He already made it clear. Why not? Why are you trying to? Well, let's go and get rid of him now. We're gonna get first round picks. We're gonna get first round picks because the value he got, because the talent he possesses. He's a transcendent talent. So you're gonna get some. You're gonna get first round picks. I don't know what they're trying to do. Get more first round picks and players. I don't know what the Texans are looking for at this point in time. But at this point, you need to just get rid of this guy. You need to just go ahead and move on from this guy. You see what happened when James Harden said in his press conference, he said we're just not good enough. The next day he was out. The Rockets went on trade. That had to happen. See, the next day he was gone. And I said it on my video when I made that video. Just get rid of him. Just get rid of this guy.
You mean when he said, I don't think this can be
Hurry
fixed?
up on the trade. The next day. Yeah, and he said, I don't think this can be fixed. He said, I don't think this can be fixed. He just after we were blown out by the Lakers, he said we just not good enough, and I don't think this can be fixed. Next day, he got traded to Brooklyn. He got traded to the Brooklyn Nets.
Didn't we bench him?
That's what I feel
days?
like. I said,
okay.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't bench him. We got him fired out for the next day. The very next day after that game, we got him fired out for the very next day after that game. We got him. We traded for him. We traded him away the very next day after that game.
Let me read you some of the comments here. Mike Anderson says, I just have a feeling that trade that takes place this week will end up being reversed next year or whenever he gets indicted. What do you think?
What do you mean by that?
Like, I'm thinking maybe like if he gets indicted next year, maybe the trade will be null and void.
Oh, it's gonna be null and void. But why? I mean, it's got to be something going on with that case or something like that we don't that somebody already in that organization know about it for them to make the trade and then all of a sudden reverse it. It's got to be somebody that in the front office or something know what's going to happen or know about it. Somebody in that front office on both sides of the organization that for the trade to go down probably this week, they got to know something more for the trade and then reverse it. I don't think they'll reverse the trade because they got to know something. They got to know something. That's the only way you accept the trade.
What do you think this? Watson is better than Willis. I think Lawrence Fields Wilson. I think I like Lawrence Fields Wilson. Malik is all hype. Brock Purdy in the third round would be safer. What do you think of Brock Purdy?
I haven't watched too much of Brock Purdy. I haven't watched too much of Brock Purdy. I mean, like I say, I'm not gambling for no late round quarterback, man. I'm not gambling like that, man. I want a quarterback like Chris said in the first round, like Steve said in the first round. First round talent, man. Like I said, an impact player, something that you can get out of the draft right away and build with, man. Not a third round pick, man. I think Malik Willis or whoever. I do not want Spencer Rattler. He's not good. Spencer Rattler is not good at all. He's on the bench. He's on the bench from Oklahoma. If the guy was good, why is he all of a sudden a backup? He wasn't good. That's why he was on the bench. When he was starting, he still wasn't good. That's why he's on the bench.
So you're not bought on.
That's why he's on the bench. No. Because if he was good, he wouldn't be benched. He would not be on the bench. He would not play himself on the bench against Texas. And that dude and his backup quarterback came back and won that damn game. Won that damn game against Texas. And his backup quarterback, and ever since then, he's still on the bench.
Really didn't have a good game last week against Kansas either.
Yes.
But he had a good second half.
Yes. But he had a good second half. But the problem is Spencer Rattler's still on the bench. So how is Spencer Rattler a good quarterback? He's on the bench. He can't even perform. He's on the bench. And when you're on the bench, that means you're not performing well. You're not performing.
It'll play out the Texans dysfunction style. I think we'll end up releasing him once the trade boxes or gets reversed. I see that too, Mike.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna.
I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how we do it. If we release them, I actually don't give a damn. But I don't. Do I want to release them? Do I feel good about releasing them and not getting nothing back? No. But if he's being disgruntled like this, and like I say, I'm getting sick of it. I mean, if you have to do what you got to do to help make this team better, make this team get all that confrontation out your locker room, you have to do what you got to do. And this man attitude is just getting out of hand. You just have to do what you got to do, man. I don't care. As long as we get him up out of here, I actually don't really care. Just like but James Harden, I didn't really care how we get him out of here as long as he out of here.
Do you think Malik Willis is like Trey Lance? Same thing.
We'll see once he get up out of the draft, man. But like right now, I mean, Malik Willis is pretty decent.
What quarterback would you take if you had a chance, if you had a choice?
Right now, quarterbacks, and once we get a quarterback, all of a sudden, or get a superstar type player, all of a sudden they become disgruntled and want to goddamn leave. When you tell them no, when you tell them the word no. Which quarterback would I pick? You talking about this year?
No, for next
year's draft. Malik Willis. I would go for Malik Willis. Malik Willis. I like Malik Willis' game. Sam Howell is pretty decent too. Sam Howell pretty bad. He's not that bad either. He's pretty decent. But I would rather, like I say, in this stage of age, you need quarterbacks that can probably get up out the pocket. That can move around, get up out the pocket. And Malik Willis is that dual threat. It makes your offense more stronger. I mean, huh?
No, I'm saying you keep breaking up. I don't know why that is. Is it your connection or is it me?
Oh, I'm good?
Yeah, I hear you now. So let me ask you something. It's 3rd and 8.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm straight. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I think you're kind of lagging, but you're behind me. But anyways, what do you think out of 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, when we need to get the first down and Tim Kelly's calling for the halfback draw?
Like I say again, I understand you're trying to throw the defense off balance by a halfback draw, but goddamn, man, the offensive line can't run block. We haven't been able to run block all season. The only time we ran block was against Jacksonville. That's the only time we actually ran the ball well. And then we ran the ball. When Tyrod Taylor was in the last 2 games, we actually ran the ball pretty well because of the style of play that Tim Kelly had. By Tyrod Taylor able to get out the pocket and things like that and make plays happen. That's the only time our offense looked very good. Now, Davis Mills in now, all of a sudden, it just seemed like it slowed down. Now the offense, you got to try to play through Davis Mills' strength a little bit, which is nothing is his strength right now. Now, if you try to bring back Tyrod Taylor, you're going to have to adjust the offense back to Tyrod Taylor and his style of play. You're going to have to adjust it again if you talk about putting him right back in. So, again, man, this offense is bad, man. This offense is very, very bad. Davis Mills is he's just not a good quarterback.
Explain this logic to me. Why do we not have a backup quarterback? Why?
I did not realize that.
Why? We don't have one.
We don't. So we don't have no backup. So what if Davis Mills get hurt?
That's what I was saying. I've been saying this one. I was saying for the whole time. I said, what if he gets hurt? He's gonna come in.
We don't got no backup quarterback, so we release Jeff Driscoll. We release him, knowing we don't. And then Davis Mills the only quarterback we got. So what if they keep blitzing him? He gets hurt all of a sudden. Now we got to put an emergency quarterback in, which is I don't know who that is. I don't know who the emergency quarterback. So I guess David Culley gonna get out there and play quarterback for us. I guess he'll get out there.
You know, I can see that in the press conference. Hey, David Culley, you don't have a backup quarterback, and then he's going to be like, "We don't need a backup quarterback. You're looking at him right now."
Hey, we ain't looked this bad in a long time. Now we don't. It's so bad we don't even have a backup quarterback on the roster. So all we got is Davis Mills.
You remember the scene from The Longest Yard? The when Burt Reynolds runs in to do the 2-point conversion. Remember that? That's what David Culley's going to do do. Like when Mills goes out, like Culley will come in with the the uniform, and he's gonna be like, "Hey guys, it's me, it's Coach." And they're gonna be like, "What? What's going on here?" And he's gonna be like, "Remember this scene from The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds? Well, I'm that guy."
Yo, at this point, I don't. As long as we got Davis Mills, I don't think we'll win another game. I just don't think we'll win another game. As long as we got Davis Mills, I don't think we're gonna win another football game.
Oh no,
we're not gonna win. We're not gonna win.
We'll go 1-16. And somehow I think this coaching staff's going to botch the front office is going to botch the first round pick. I think they are. I think somehow they're going to fuck it up real bad. I think what they're going to do is they're going to draft an offensive lineman or like a blindside guy, like what they call it, like a blindside offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And they'll say Davis Mills just needs more time in the pocket. Like if you get a little bit more time, he can get the ball. And they'll probably draft the offensive lineman. I have a funny fucking feeling they're going to botch it, and they're going to say, no, Davis Mills is the guy. He just needs help. That's what they're going to say.
Yo, that's what they're going to go by. But God, when he does have time, what does he do with the ball? When he does have time,
he can't throw past.
He can't throw it. So he can't throw it. So I mean, I just figured we just need a quarterback, man. I just want a quarterback.
Well, what quarterbacks are available right now in the free agency other than Cam? Is there anybody else?
I don't think it's nobody else that I know. Nobody else that I know. Hold on. Let me type it in.
What's his name said he's available? Josh McGowan. Oh, fuck that. I mean, he's better than Mills. Fuck it. Why not? McGowan does have some experience, though. He can get in the end zone.
He's a wheelchair, though. He's a wheelchair, though, man. Josh McGowan is a wheelchair, man.
Josh McGowan.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, honestly, real talk, I would love to see Cam Newton here. And him and Tyrod playing back and forth.
Yeah.
I would like, even just for Madden purposes, just, even if we only win another game, like maybe one or two more, just for the excitement to see like what they two would bring to the table. And I think they would play off. I think like the energy, because they're exciting to watch. Yeah. Tyrod and Cam could play together. And I'm like, okay, now I can see like, having these two guys taking turns playing. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Yep.
Why not take a chance? Why not take a chance?
Why not?
I mean,
he's vaccine, man.
Unless the Texans want to tank for the number one pick, which I understand, but why not just bring in Cam anyway and just say, we'll bring you in and then sign you to the deal?
I mean, I'm starting to think if you are tanking for the number one pick, I mean, like I say again, I want to get a quarterback, man. I want to know if you're gonna tank. Do you see yourself? Do the Texans see themselves getting a quarterback for next year? Because again, at the end of the day, Tyrod Taylor is just a 1-year rental. He's not the future of this team. He's not the future quarterback of this team. Tyrod Taylor is about 30-something years old, in his late 30s or something like that. So again, why not get another quarterback? You just got Davis Mills on the roster right now as your quarterback. Tyrod Taylor's gonna go down again next year. If you do decide to bring him back, he's gonna go down again. Then here we go back again. We start right back over. Now, that's where a quarterback comes in play, like Malik Willis, Sam Howell, someone like that, with someone that you got to develop. And Houston developed Deshaun Watson pretty well. Developed pretty well. They developed him pretty well. And I'll say we did. Sometimes I used to think every time we got Brian Hoyer, we got Case Keenum, those 1-year rentals, Ryan Mallett. Sometimes I thought, why we not drafting a quarterback? Because I don't think, to me, the Texans were in a situation. They don't want to develop another quarterback. I don't think they wanted to develop a quarterback. They want quarterbacks that can come in and win now. Now we back in the same situation. Deshaun Watson, we said no to Deshaun Watson. He doesn't want to be here no more. And all of a sudden we back where we started. Be back where we started. Now I have to go out and look for a quarterback. If you really think Davis Mills is the answer, then you got another thing coming. We might as well be prepared for what we are, for what's already.
Let's go ahead and read the comments to try to catch up. All right. Mike Anderson said the Texans always making groundbreaking events in the worst ways possible. So don't be surprised if you see a blockbuster trade this weekend and reversed by next summer. Prodigal Hill says Malik's wide receivers are open by 5 yards and Malik throws a pretty interceptable ball. Okay. He said there isn't a solid quarterback in this draft. Matt Corral, maybe. Rattler is trash. Howell is a product of Matt.
I just said Rattler is trash. I just said Rattler.
Yeah, he said that too. Yeah, Malik Jackson or Malik, whatever, is hype, playing against lower expectation. Okay. I'd rather draft one of the best defensive ends coming out of the next year, like Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon. Ooh, dude is a beast. It'll be Mario Williams, Javion year. And then he says, Prodigal says Mike Anderson. That's what I'm thinking they should do. Tony says they run the ball on 3rd and 16 and go for it on 4th and 10 and then throw the ball downfield. It makes no damn sense. And then Mike Anderson said Derek Siegley Jr. corner from out of LSU. Also, I wouldn't pass on Kayvon or Stingley any of these for any of these quarterbacks. And then he put Prodigal Hill says, don't worry, you guys can draft a backup quarterback in round 1 next year.
Well, really, if that cool, we got the quarterback in round 1, we might well start him. Why draft the quarterback in round 1 if he's going to be a backup? Why draft the quarterback if he's going to be a backup if you're not going to play him?
You're saying if we draft Spencer Rattler, would you want him to start Spencer if we draft him, just hypothetically?
No, he's I got a feeling that Spencer Rattler draft stock is going to drop. He's not going to be available in the first round.
Man, I'll wear a Rattler jersey if we get him though. Just man, Rattler. Yeah. You know, Rattler will not be drafted in the first round. His draft stock is going to go down now that he's been benched. That man ain't gonna make a first round. So the reason why I'm not banking on getting those defensive ends or stuff like that, because our defensive line and our defense has not been really a problem. So that's when you saying that's because you saying we get Mario Addison and stuff like that because you think our defense has been a problem. That has not been the problem. The problem we can't score. Defense has been solid. They've been taking the ball away, getting turnovers, and stuff, stopping these guys. Lonnie Johnson. Yes, Lonnie Johnson has been good. He's an extreme Jackson
Christian Kirksey, the linebackers, Christian Kirksey. I mean, Jacob Martin. Those guys and Collins, those guys have been good. The front line, the secondary has been good. But the problem is you're starting to wear down game by game because you always out there on the field because the offense cannot go past the 50-yard line. Then when we do go down there, we don't get close to the end zone. We don't get in the red zone. We got to kick a goddamn field goal because we got to throw wide receiver screens or even time we have momentum. We go up the field. Guess what? A goddamn penalty just kill the damn drive. So what more? Defense gonna give up a lot of yards because they gassed out and they're tired of being on the field. If we're not scoring points, Hey, how does defense not supposed to give up any yards? So I'm not buying getting Kayvon Thibodeau or Mario. I'm not buying that. Our defensive line and our defense have not been bad at all.
Bring in Colt McCoy. What do you think of that?
I don't like Colt McCoy. I like them in Texas, not in the NFL.
All right, Mills and Rattler on the sideline next year. It'll be 2 trash men. You don't want a quarterback next year. Mike Anderson knows what's up. He said, you guys will be the New York Jets. He said, just watch. Texans are going to start Davis Mills again next year. They're sold on that. That's my biggest worry. I'll bring that comment up again. My biggest worry is Davis starts next year.
Hey, if Davis Mills starts next year, hey, we might as well just put brown bags over our head.
I just won't even bother watching.
Nah.
It'll just be a free Sunday for me.
I wouldn't be surprised if we trade. And I wouldn't be surprised if we trade Brandon Cooks. I wouldn't be surprised.
What do you think of Brandon Cooks? What do you personally think of him? He's technically our best receiver.
I think he's good. We just don't have a goddamn quarterback and get him the football. That's it. I think he's good. Brandon Cooks 1,000-yard receiver every year, including last year. He was good for Deshaun Watson. I mean, but like I say again, If you don't got the quarterback, then get you the football. Get the football in these receiver hands. And hey, what good does it do? What good does it do? I mean, hey.
They'll start Mills and sign somebody like Trubisky to back him up. Oh God.
I'll take Trubisky over Davis Mills. At least he can get up out of the pocket. I'll take him over Davis Mills.
Yeah. Anything's better than what we got now. So like, why don't we have a backup quarterback? Is it just they're so sold on Davis Mills that they feel that we don't need him? That we don't need one?
I don't know why we don't have a backup quarterback. I did not know until you told me we don't have a legit back. We don't have a backup quarterback. I did not know that until you told me that. We don't got no backup quarterback at all. So if Davis Mills break a leg or something out there, what do you do now? What do you do now? If Davis Mills go out there and break a leg, not saying let me knock on my table, not saying I want it to happen, but what if it happens? What if he go out there and tie ACL or something? Who do we got now? So that's what I'm saying. I guess that's when David Culley gonna go out there and play quarterback for us. Then I guess that's who's gonna go out there because you got no choice.
Has Danny Amendola been playing?
Yeah, he played today. He was hurt. Danny Amendola was hurt.
Yeah, then he'll be our emergency backup quarterback.
That's how bad he got. Yeah, that's how bad he got.
Well, he was quarterback in high school, so that's what they're basically saying.
Yeah.
But,
that's how bad he got. That's how bad he got was. That's how actually bad he got. After a couple years ago.
The thing about David Culley that pisses me off the worst is he's so fucking cocky and arrogant. It's just like every time you ask him a question, he's so fucking arrogant, dude. He's never wrong. And it's just the same thing you see with these losing head coaches that never change their ways. And it's like I remember they asked him today or David Culley today. They said something about, so what happens if Davis Mills gets hurt? You don't have another quarterback. He said, that's never gonna happen. Don't worry about that. We got emergency backup. Like he's just so cocky, man. He just so arrogant. It's just what's even the point of asking the fucking question? He's got to answer for everything. I can't sit through a press conference listening to him, and he just has like this cocky arrogance to him, dude. And it's just like, dude, in a game you're down by 30, he'll talk about a field goal or a safety we got. Well, like they didn't see that blitz we got on him on that safety. I was like, yeah, but you're down 31-5.
You're down 31-5. Yep, you're down 31-5. And guess what? The Colts, they might win tonight. They up 20-12. So hey, I mean, they're getting better. So I mean, I remember a couple of years ago when we was the third best team in the AFC. I thought we was third best team in the AFC a couple of years ago with D-Hop, Watson. I thought we was the third best team in the AFC behind Kansas City and New England. But now, just imagine we had those guys. We may be up there with Baltimore, with the Baltimore Ravens, or with the
last two games we lost 31-5 and 31-3.
We scored a combined 8 points in those games.
And then we lost 25-22 in that Patriots game, but then 40-0 in the Bills game. In every game, in 4 of his losses of the 5, he lost by a minimum of 16 points, 17 points or more, and has lost as much as 40. And then in the one loss, the only decent loss he has is against New England. We play the Rams next week. I don't anticipate we're going to win that game. I don't even.
No, hell no.
I think they'll just come in and just demolish us. I think it'll be another 38-3 game. And then it'll be some bullshit stat bathing Davis Mills where he comes out 12 for 14 for 78 yards, no touchdowns, and maybe a pick or a fumble. And then that's it. That's the only thing you'll see. Then we go at Miami the following week. Now, that's a game right there. We might be able to score 14 or 17 points.
We might be able to score 14. Yeah.
Yeah. We could even win.
That's it.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you think we could even beat Miami? We could probably
We
possibly.
might.
Yeah.
That's a game.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Score 2 touchdowns in, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's a game right there. We might be able to do that. But after that, we go at Titans. We host the Jets. Then we host the Colts, Seahawks, at Jaguars. Then we host the Chargers, Niners, and Titans. I think the Jets and the Dolphins, to me, seems like the only 2 games that I think Davis Mills can win.
Oh, go. Hold up. You said Titans? No, you said. I think we can. We might.
Jets and the Dolphins.
We might. Jaguars. I see Jaguars. You don't think You don't think?
Not if Davis Mills is started. No.
Okay.
But I think the Jets and the
Dolphins.
I can
still. I still think we can beat. Well, like I say again, the Dolphins is better than both of those teams. The Jets and Jaguars. So if Davis Mills can beat the Jets and the Dolphins, I believe he should be able to beat Jacksonville. I'm gonna say 3, but don't be surprised if he loses to both of them. Don't be surprised if we lose to all 3 of them. Don't be surprised about that point. I just can't. I'm just not gonna be surprised if that happens. If Davis Mills loses the game.
Hey, Mike Anderson just said teams are trying to trade for Lonnie, Cooks, and Reed. We might as well try to get something back. What do you think?
I don't believe in just blowing up the whole goddamn team like that, man. When now Cooks, I can see. Justin Reed and Lonnie, no. But Cooks, yes, I can see them unloading Cooks. I can see them trading Cooks, but Lonnie Johnson and Reed. Huh?
I said we can keep our defense.
Yeah, we can keep our defense, but if you want to unload Christian, if you want to unload Cooks, yeah, I'm fine with that. Because I'm fine with that. Unload Cooks, I'm fine with that. Pretty much fine with that. You want to unload him.
Well, he said, remember David Culley's introductory speech. He keeps going on about how he knows how to win, and he has a staff that knows the formula on how to win, but that doesn't look like the case now. No, it doesn't. How long? I mean,
nope, it doesn't look like. No,
he can't even fucking get our offense going. How the fuck does he know how to win when we can't even generate points at all? That's the question I'm still curious about. How can we win games when we can't generate points?
If we can't get past the 50-yard line, and then when we do get past the 50-yard line, what's the closest we can get to about the 30 to 40, 35, 30 to 40-yard line in their own territory. And then once we do something good, just like we did in the first possession, we get a penalty. Somebody always holding. Somebody always got a chop block. That, again.
I remember one time about 5 years ago, I went to go play arcades, right? And there was what was that little arcade place we got in Houston? Dave and Buster's.
Mm-hmm. Dave and Buster's, yeah.
And there was a football game, right? So I go up to the arcade, and this was one of the hardest football games you ever had to play. It must have been like one of these old 90s styles arcades. Basically, like, you have the joystick, and you hit the button, and your quarterback goes back, and your whole offense follows your quarterback, and you have to throw the ball to the receiver, and they run like the same routes, and they'll run the ball, and you have to like kind of maneuver your offense a little. And it was extremely hard to move the ball down the field. And like I kept playing that game for about an hour, and I finally scored a touchdown. I scored the first touchdown, right? I don't know if you know this old arcade. It was an old football arcade game, and you look like little ants. And anyways, I finally scored after about an hour. That was basically, I feel like the Texans are in that position on the offensive side of the ball, trying to move. It's like that old arcade game where they're all like following the same line and then trying to get open. It's just, I feel like it's sort of like arcade style slow motion play when I see that offense. It's just terrible. And honestly, I don't think David Culley's going to be able to get this team prepared to win anytime soon. I don't see it even in the next year either. I see this as maybe a 3 or 4 year. I think honestly, in 3 or 4 years, I think
But
he's going to get fired.
it's so strange, though. It's so strange. The quarterback position is really, from what I'm looking at, by us having Deshaun Watson. Any other team, actually, you can fix their team. But the problem is they got quarterbacks. But you can fix any other side of the ball, and they'll be a pretty decent team. Like the Miami Dolphins, they can be better with Tua. It's a possibility.
Miami
But
can be better with Watson.
Yes, they can be better with Tua, though. They are good, still average with Tua. But say if they get a cornerback and that's all they need, or a defensive, they're not going to be that bad. But our asset is the quarterback situation. That's what it seems like for us. We have to have a quarterback to be good, be successful. If we don't have a quarterback, what good is it if it's going to go get a defensive end when we know our defensive side of the ball is not the problem like that? And we know we can get to the pass rush and get to the quarterback. You seen it when we got to Baker Mayfield. We got to Josh Allen. We got to Kyler Murray. We almost done to put him out the game and hurt him. So you seen that. Right now, we can't move the ball. Offensive line can't block nobody. Davis Mills can't throw 5 yards up the downfield. Every time he gets pressured, he's going to fall on the ground. He's going to TKO himself and knock himself out before they get to him, before they even get to him. I mean, it just seemed like the one position we missing is the quarterback situation. And everything else, the receivers can be straight once you have a quarterback. The running game, I feel like, will be better, just like it was with Tyrod Taylor. Look how big of a difference he was. When he was in the game, when he was at the quarterback position, look how good this offense was. We were moving, we literally was scoring goddamn touchdowns. When this man was playing, we literally was scoring touchdowns. Now, again, Tyrod Taylor, before he got hurt, he was outplaying Baker Mayfield. This man was out there outplaying Baker Mayfield. He was 10 of 11. Our offense couldn't be stopped. All of a sudden, Davis Mills come in. Now the whole playbook has changed. All of a sudden. So that's what I'm saying. The one valuable piece to the Texans is that quarterback situation. That's the one valuable piece to them. Everything else will come in handy. They will be straight. Like, it don't matter what receivers you got.
Yeah, but if Tyrod comes back, wouldn't he have to change his whole style of play so that he doesn't get hurt?
That's what I'm saying again. That's what the problem is. You're gonna have to change the offense right back to what it was. What it was for the first 2 weeks. You have to get adjusted right back into his offensive scheme and what made him comfortable for the first 2 weeks. Because nobody was stopping us. The first 2 weeks, even against the Browns wasn't even stopping us. Tyrod Taylor wasn't even getting sacked. He wasn't even getting hit. The running game was so much better. So much better. The receivers was good. Tyrod Taylor will break containment out of the pocket and find an open receiver. Now, Davis Mills got to sit in the pocket, try to find somebody, which is he can't do it. I mean, our valuable asset is the quarterback position. That's our valuable asset that we don't have. That seemed like the one thing that we need as a quarterback. Right now, we don't have a goddamn quarterback right now. So that's our most valuable asset is a quarterback. And when we don't have that quarterback, look how this team changed. When we don't have a quarterback, look how this team changed. Deshaun Watson, when he went out with the ACL injury, we were killing everybody. When he got hurt, even Tennessee, you remember that 50-point game we put on Tennessee before he tore his ACL? When Tom Savage got back in, look how bad we was. We didn't win. I don't think we won another game with Tyrod or Savage. I don't think we won another game.
Definitely.
I don't think we won another football game. Next year, we got back in the playoffs, but we did lose to the Colts. Very next year, we beat the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs.
I just want to say this offense is so fucking pathetic that it's not even.
Yeah.
It's not even watchable. Like it's to the point to where you just know what they're gonna do. If they can't generate points, what's even the point of watching? It's just going to be a game where the defense is up. It's a joke. And to sit here and tell me with a straight face that Davis Mills will be our starting quarterback next year, I think it's another joke in itself, and it's just a slap in the face to anybody with common sense. And I think that the play calling, whether it's Tim Kelly or it's Culley or whatever.
No, Tim Kelly. He's the offensive coordinator.
Tim Kelly's bad play calling to David Culley's weasel comments, arrogant comments in the press conference. You could just tell it's just a clusterfuck of many things. Deshaun Watson drama. You have it never ends. It's a continuous issue, continuous cycle, continuous problem, and it's just. It's bad all around. It's I don't even know if I want to call it a tank season. I don't even know what to call it, because even in like the teams like the Texans were 2-14 and we had like 6 or 7 game winning drives, but Matt Schaub threw interceptions.
Yep.
In this case, you're down early and you're down quickly and you're down by double digits, and before you know it, you can't generate any points. What positives can we take in 4 out of the 5 losses to Davis Mills is that we can say in these 5 losses, it's fair to say that he can't put points. He can't generate offensive drive.
Yep.
And he's not consistent.
Yep. He doesn't. It doesn't look like he can throw the ball up the field. He can't throw the ball up the field. He cannot throw the ball up the field.
He can't throw past 10 yards.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know what direction the Texans are going to go in far as the quarterback now. I don't like – for me, I believe now the Rockets, I believe we got a direction we going in. We got some good young talent. We got some good young talent. The Rockets got some talent.
Oh, we do.
We got some great young talent. We had
a good draft this year, too.
Yeah, we had a great draft. Shane Goon and Jalen Green, them going to be some good players, man. Shane Goon is really actually good. He's actually good. Josh Christopher, I'm excited about this Rockets future. But the Texans, I don't know where we're gonna go. I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
We might as well build a statue for Dusty Baker. And then
not for real.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know the direction the Texans going. I just don't know. I just don't know what direction we're gonna go in. Now, and I'm really scared about next year too. I'm really scared about next year. I'm just like y'all. I'm scared about next year. We might keep this. We might keep Davis Mills. But what good? I mean,
so what do we do? Do we start Tyrod Taylor in the next game, or do we just, or if he's available, or no?
It just depends on how this organization. Well, like I said again, based on what you're hearing and when I'm hearing when Tyrod Taylor is ready, he's going back out there on the field. He's going back out there if he's ready. From what I'm hearing right now, they said he's going to be at practice. He's going to be at practice. If he's not available to go this weekend or if he are, I'm putting him back out there. As simple as that. I'm tired of seeing this offense not being able to move the ball. At least we know when Tyrod Taylor was there, we can move the ball up the field.
Okay. Here's the $1 million question. If Tyrod does, if let's say we lose this week and we go 1-7. Does it matter bringing him back?
It just depends on how the organization doing. If they want to tank it. Now, if they want to, so if you're keeping Tyrod Taylor in, that means you're not trying to tank. You're still trying to win.
No. Here's a question I wanted to ask. If Tyrod comes back, is that the end of Davis Mills?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. If they hold on to their word, yeah. Like when Tyrod Taylor, they say David Culley and the Texans said if Tyrod Taylor is healthy, he's gonna be put back in. That's what I heard, and that's what I'm read on articles. He's good. If he's healthy and ready to go, he will be the starting quarterback again.
Let's define healthy. One game.
But if he goes back out and tweaks another hammy down again, you don't bring him back for the rest of the season. I don't give a goddamn. You don't sign him back for next year. You do not sign him back for next year. If he gets hurt again, I don't give a damn what he did. Or if somebody pulls a braid out his goddamn head, you don't bring him back no more, or you don't resign him for next year. You get your ass in that draft and you get to a goddamn quarterback. We bet not We better not drop no defensive player in no damn first round, knowing, and especially in the top 5, we better not drop no offensive lineman on no defensive tackle. I don't give a damn what it is. We better not drop that. We better come out
with the quarterback position. I'm sorry, even if they tell me, well, there's no good quarterbacks in the draft, fuck you, pull one, because anything's better than what's out here. Yep. Anything's better.
Yep. And that's basically for the Texans. If you're looking at all the years that when we had a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, we were successful. And you can see Coach Tim Culley adjust his scheme to that quarterback. Like Tyrod Taylor, when he was on the field, look how the offense was moving. Look what Deshaun Watson was on the field. Look how tough the offense was good. Tough the offense was to stop. Because he playing into that dual threat quarterback, he playing to their strengths. And plus, you have to account for that quarterback as well. You have to account for him as well as a runner. That's what's going to make the offense tough. A lot of motion, a lot of movement. And sometimes defenses can't adjust to that. Now, we got a straight-ass pocket quarterback that only played 12 games. I didn't even know shit about Davis Mills coming out that draft, to be honest with you. I didn't know nothing about him.
He played 12 games. That was enough
That's
for
me. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. That's all I knew.
12 games in his whole college career. No, thank you.
Yep, that's all I knew. But when we have those dual threat quarterbacks, it always seemed to goddamn work.
Hey, Rick just said Tyrod Taylor is Mr. Glass. Yeah, pretty much. He's Mr. Glass. Remember what was his name that played Mr. Glass? When did Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Remember, and he's like, I can't move because I break easily. Remember, and he fell down. He broke every bone in his body.
Yep.
And that's who Tyrod is. He's Mr. Glass. That was a good one, Rick.
Yep.
No, it's just if Tyrod comes back and he starts, they're obviously gonna do away with Davis. But I have a feeling they're only gonna bring Tyrod back for the competition and try to win a game or two, before the season ends. But I just say, what's the point? Like, what's the purpose? Like, you might as well just let Davis play. Like, you might as well, and just let him prove the doubters wrong that he's capable of. I mean, look, if he plays, how many more games do we have? 7 minus what? 17 is what? 10?
Yep.
So if Davis Mills plays another 10 games, all right, so that's going to add to his resume of 15 games. You actually can take that 15 games and analyze it and see what you have going in next year. Which, if the first 5 games are an indication of what he's going to be like in the next 10, that's enough sample size to say he's not the guy.
Yeah.
And then you go into the draft, the drawing board, you have to draft a quarterback.
Yep.
That's the only reason why I would want Davis Mills to even continue playing at this rate, is to just say, okay, look, you had 15 games, you played in 16 of them, so I don't count the one you came in for Tyrod. But the 15 games you had as a starting quarterback, you were 0-15, and these are your stats. This is why we're going in this direction now.
Yep.
Because if you say 5 games and Tyrod comes back, they're going to say, well, he didn't really play that much.
Didn't really play that much, or the excuse they can have for him, or we got to give him some time in the pocket. We got to give him some time in the pocket. But again, I mean, you're the head coach. You've seen enough what this guy can do right now. You've seen enough what this guy can do. Ever since he's been in the lineup.
Yeah, I've seen enough for 5 games.
Yes. I've seen enough. I've just seen enough. What you can do when you're under pressure, when you're under goddamn pressure, you've seen the fold. You don't got a strong arm like that. We cannot move the football. We're doing nothing but dink and dumps and stuff. I mean, we got to just go in another direction.
It'll just be like one of these 20 years, 10 years from now, we'll be laughing about sitting in our rocking chair, and we'll be sitting there being like, ha, 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 you remember the year we drafted Davis Mills? We'll be sitting around just joking about it, and that'll basically be like just a story to tell. Like, you remember the year when we drafted Davis Mills? Oh, God. Well, thank God that never happened again. Yeah, I think it'll just be like one of these hilarious stories, like bloopers or something. America's Funniest Home Videos. sort of ordeal. Hey, remember we drafted Davis Mills, and I think honestly he'll play. I think honestly the rest of this year. I think he may win one, maybe 2 games, and that's a strong maybe at this point. I wouldn't even be surprised if he goes 0-15, and then I think that'll be the end of him. That'll be the end right there, and then that resume will be there. That 0-15 will stick with you, and all the crazy stats will follow you, and your lack of touchdowns, your lack of QB vision, unable to read the defenses, noodle arm, can't throw the fucking ball, can't scramble, you're inaccurate. I mean, all the bad things with that record will come with him, and that will be an excuse for me to say, if David Culley doesn't see that going into next year, then he's an idiot.
Yeah. Then that's why I can question David Culley on that part of things in this organization, because again, 15 games or even these much of a games that he came in, that's enough to evaluate him right now. Goddamn, listen, even if Todd McShay and what is that other dude? Todd McShay and that other dude that evaluated him in a draft against Stanford, the man played 12 fucking games and evaluated him. So you mean tell me in college, you get evaluated 12 games, but in the NFL, you're gonna go by, oh, this man just played 1 year, his offensive line. We just got to give him more time. You can't evaluate him after 1 year. Why you can't evaluate this guy after 1 year? And you've been seeing this guy. This whole year. So even in these group of games we have not scored in, you seeing what this man can do. You seeing his strengths, which is not that many strengths. It's not that many damn strengths. You seeing? I don't even see a strength he have. Even if it's his, I don't even see no strengths. But you seeing a lot of his goddamn weaknesses. So why you cannot evaluate him now? And just saying, man, I just don't think. I just don't. We have not moved.
I said this coming into the draft. I know people are gonna call me crazy. I said that Mac Jones is the best quarterback in the draft, and no one believed me. I said the Niners should have picked Mac Jones. Instead, they go with Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
I said Mac Jones is going to be the best quarterback in the draft. And I don't even make predictions like that, but I like his style of play. I like his confidence.
Yeah.
And I just knew right then and there. I just said, man, Mac Jones is the guy to draft. If the Tech could get him. But Mac Jones is the guy to get, and that was a good pick for the Patriots. Good.
I mean, right now, Matt Jones is playing better than any quarterback in this draft right now. Matt Jones is playing better than any quarterback in this draft.
When we got Matt Schaub, then went to Brock Osweiler. We had Deshaun Watson, went to Davis Mills. Houston had one quarterback in existence. Stick a strong D and game manager.
Hey, break up that comment again one time. That last comment. Break up that last comment. That last comment again. Let me break up that last comment.
Who?
That last comment. That you read. The last comment before all of those. The other comment when he said, we went to Matt Shaw. We went to
right here.
Went to Matt Shaw, did Brock Osweiler. We went to Deshaun Watson, Davis Mills. Hey, I can go on and on. I can go on and on about that. In the 1 year rentals, don't get me started. I can go on and on.
Yeah.
We went from let me see. Hold on. Matter of fact, no, we went all right. The 1 year rentals. I'm gonna start this is funny though, because he brought up a good point. But look, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 1 year rental.
He wasn't bad though.
He wasn't bad. I know, but I'm just saying this without developing a quarterback, but 1 year rentals, without getting a drought in it before Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
What I said, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett, 1 year, Case Keenum, 1 year, let him go. Case Keenum came back. Then Brock Osweiler, 1 year after we gave him a big contract, but Bill O'Brien did not want him. He did not want Brock Osweiler. Rick Smith wanted Brock Osweiler and paid him that money. That John Elway did not want to pay Brock Osweiler. And John Elway was right because he was right. He let him go. He did right to let him go because he saw the type of quarterback that Brian Osweiler was. That's how you evaluate. That's how you actually evaluate something that John Elway did. He evaluated him and then say, "Hey, you can just walk. You can just go wherever you want to go. I'm not paying you this. I'm gonna pay you 13. I'm gonna go ahead and pay you less than 13 mil. I'm paying you less. If you don't take it, you can just leave." And that's what he did. So I give credit to John Elway. That's how you evaluate a quarterback and see if he's worth that type of money. Just like you evaluate someone when you get in the draft or someone after this year. Davis Mills, I can evaluate him right now. He's not even a good quarterback. He's not the answer for the Houston Texans. I can evaluate him right now. 5 games, 6 games, that's enough right there. That's more than enough. That's enough right there. That's enough to evaluate a quarterback and see if he's that type of quarterback. Deshaun Watson in the preseason, or you knew Deshaun Watson was going to be great coming out of college. You knew that when he touched a preseason game against the Panthers. You knew that coming. You knew that
we knew
when he got in the game and played.
We knew he was a franchise quarterback.
We knew that. We knew it. The first game against the Cincinnati Bengals, a tough Bengals team. After that game, that told me all I needed to know about Deshaun Watson. And when we lost against New England, and when he went shot for shot with Tom Brady, that told you all you needed to know about Deshaun Watson, what type of quarterback he was going to turn out to be. That told you all what you needed to know about him. He was what type of quarterback he was going to actually turn into right there. But now I know what this quarterback is. How many games Davis Mills has played so far?
5.
Was it 5?
Again, so I know. 5, but he played in the Cleveland game. That's 6. But he started in 5. I only count the 5 he started in.
Yeah.
To be fair.
So right now, you know. He even struggled in preseason. So he had his time. He had opportunities. So I mean, you as a coach, come on, man. Ain't no way in the world you don't know. You can't evaluate him now. You know what you're getting.
It's true. So do you see Watson getting traded before the deadline, or what do you think is going to happen with that?
I can see him getting traded for the deadline. I can see him getting traded before during the deadline. I can see that. But I can definitely see him get traded from there. I just want to get him up out of here right now, man. I'm just willing to move on from all the distractions and stuff. If you can get something for him, that's even better. You can get something for him. Because you can get first round picks for him. You can get some first round picks. And they're gonna be probably in the early first round. They're gonna be early in the first round. They're gonna be early first round picks. So I'm willing. I wouldn't say I'm not on a. If you have to release them, you can release them. But I want to get some first round picks for them. And the Colts are beating the hell out the Niners. They're 30-18. They're dominating.
Oh shit!
30-18. Yeah, right now I'm watching the game.
Carson Wentz, 17 for 26,
looking at the game.
Yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Carson
he just threw one to Michael Pittman.
Last 4 games, and Carson Wentz should have beaten the Ravens. He should have won his last 4 games.
Yep.
I actually had the crow to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz looks hella good out there, man. He looks good. And I had to actually crow to him. The Colts got an amazing quarterback, and then they got that backup too in Ellinger, which I think the Texans should have grabbed him in the 3rd round. You signed Cam for $5. Honestly, I think they should just lose out and just let it happen.
Yeah.
I just figure if you're going to put Davis Mills on a pedestal like this organization has, they could at least try to put him in a situation where he can score. And I don't see it happening. He just can't penetrate he can't even do it one drive. I mean, if he gets to 50, maybe we'll put Fabrini in field goal range,
Yep. Kyle and Fairbairn, because right now, Kyle and Fairbairn, that's the MVP of the team right now. He's the MVP of the team. He putting up points on the board. He's the MVP of the team right now.
Kicker.
Yep. For the last 5 games, he is. Except that New England goddamn game.
The same thing. We're only going to score about 3 to 6 points.
I mean, hey, if you're gonna let them stink, why not let them stink this year? Why not just let them stink this year?
I wouldn't mind trading for Sam Ehlinger. What do you think?
I love Sam Ehlinger. I actually like Sam Ehlinger. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like Sam Ehlinger. I actually love him.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I love Sam Ehlinger. I wouldn't mind taking him either.
Oh, you wouldn't mind?
Out the pocket. He can also throw. No, hell no. I love.
I think you went out.
He can run. He's a big quarterback too. He's a big quarterback. He's not afraid to run out, get a move up out that pocket. He's not afraid.
I'll take Sam Ehlinger.
I'll take him. He's better. What's the worst? He's better than Davis Mills.
Facts.
He's better than Davis Mills.
I would take him. It's just it's hard watching these games. And then it's hard watching the head coach in the press conference.
It is.
It's hard watching Tim Kelly's play call.
I ain't even watch.
And it's hard watching Davis Mills. It's hard. It's hard, man.
I mean, I didn't even watch the game today. To be honest.
You didn't watch none of it?
I didn't. Nope. Well, I saw it on my phone. I was looking at some of the game, but I was in my football team celebration party down the street from me. But I was watching some of the game. I watched the fumble that Davis Mills got. I watched the screenplay that we did that made no damn sense. I watched who was moving down the first drive of the game when all of a sudden that killed the drive.
You're kind of breaking up.
I'm kind of breaking up.
Yeah, you kind of have moments where you break up, like glitching.
All right, I'm good.
He said, "Sign me. We'll win a couple of games at least." Well, I'll take that. Said some fans can
I'll take anything.
Threw for 300 yards against the Patriots, but don't remember when Matt Leinart threw for 400 yards in 2006 and still ended up being trash. But Matt Leinart was better than Davis Mills. Really, Matt Leinart wasn't that bad.
He was.
Not until he broke his collarbone.
Yep. He was playing some good football. I remember that. Matt Leinart was actually performing on the field. We actually moved it down football. We're moving it down football.
In fact, a lot of our one-year rentals turn out to be better than
we actually moving down football.
Is that fair to say?
Turn out to be better than it. Yep, that's fair to say. Hell yeah, that's fair.
But where do you put David Carr?
That's very fair.
Out of all the quarterbacks that we've had, where do you put David Carr at? What do you say top 5 Texan quarterbacks?
That we had?
Ever, yeah. Doesn't matter. 1-year rental, franchise, don't matter. Where do you put who are your top 5 Texan quarterbacks?
The one I'm definitely going to go with Deshaun Watson because he was the best. He was basically the best one that we ever had.
Okay, that's fair.
Because he won. He far as production, leading up to the playoffs, consistently, and going to the second round, and making a competitive game out of the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, I'm gonna say Deshaun Watson. Even though he played less games, he played how many years? About 3 years for us, 4 years, and he was productive in all those years. Quarterback accuracy rate, completion percentage, touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. He literally made this team better. Deshaun Watson literally made this team better, and these receivers better.
Then who's number 2?
See, I want to go with David Carr. I think David Carr is up there. But the problem is you couldn't see too much of him because the offensive line was so bad at that point in time. But David Carr was a great quarterback, man. We just didn't have an offensive line. To protect David Carr. I don't think David Carr was a bad quarterback. He was actually a good quarterback. David Carr was actually good.
So you got David.
Actually good.
So you got David Carr at 2. Who do you got at 3?
3. I'm gonna go with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick was good, very good. I think he was very good. He was very good. Ryan Fitzpatrick was good.
So who do you got for 4?
It's hard too. It's hard. Let me see. 4. I'm gonna go with Matt Shaw. That's 4.
Okay. All right.
Matt Shaw is 4.
Who do you got as 5?
5.
Yeah.
See, these guys didn't play that many games though.
But,
these guys
didn't play. Yeah,
so I'm gonna just go.
They don't have to. You could just throw a name out there. I don't care. Anybody in particular.
Okay, I'm gonna just go by for the production, what I seen of them, how good they were for the spare time I seen of these guys. So okay, I'm Deshaun Watson is clearly number 1. That's not even close.
Well,
I'm gonna go with Derek Carr.
David Carr.
Yeah,
you got Fitzpatrick and Schaub. Who do you got at 5?
All right, so far as the production and I think Case Keenum was very good when he was out there with us. When he was out there with us,
5. Okay, I like that.
He was good. He was actually good when he played for us.
I forgot all about
Problem
Case
is, we'll
Keenum.
just cut him the very next year. Yeah, Case Keenum was actually good when he played with us.
All right, give me a 6 one. Give me a bonus one. What do you got at 6? Who got snubbed? But he's just right outside.
Let me see. I don't like Ryan Malik has not been good. He's not in.
I wouldn't even have him in my top 10.
You know what? No, he's not even in that with me at all. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna flip Case Keenum, and this dude had a good season. But here you go. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm about to say. No, but I'm going to give you the name. Brian Hoyer had a great year for us that year. But that one fucking game, the playoff game against Kansas City, was bad. That was terrible against Kansas City. But he had a good regular season, so I'm going to go with Brian Hoyer. And that,
all right, we'll go with receivers and running backs.
He only threw 7 interceptions that year.
Okay, all right. I'll go with my quarterbacks, then we'll go to receivers. All right, number 1 obviously is Watson. I don't think anybody's going to argue that.
Yo.
Number 2, I'm going to have Matt Shaw, based on stats. Okay. He's the only quarterback that took us to our first playoff appearances in 2011-12, so we got to consider that. Number 3, I guess I'm going to go with David Carr.
Okay.
Because he did play for us for what, 5 years?
Yeah.
I think 5 years.
He kept getting hurt.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say number 4, and this is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Case Keenum at number 4. I just like his style of play. Kid has confidence.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot when he was with Houston. I thought we should have re-signed him. I like the guy.
Yeah.
And then obviously,
we definitely should have.
Number 5. Oh God, man, there's a lot of because TJ Yates wasn't that bad neither. TJ Yates was balling.
See, I wanted to put him in now. I wanted to put TJ Yates there, but I had to think about Brian Hoyer because that big year that he did have. But the only thing about that was the goddamn playoff game. That was it. It was the playoff game that was so goddamn ridiculous. But he did have a great regular season that year. But the playoff game, he got egged that playoff game. Not going to be honest with you. That what made it so bad. So I had to put Brian Hoyer over Yates because of that one productive season. And matter of fact, you can make a case for Yates. I know why you put Yates in now. Yeah. I agree with you with Yates.
I got Yates at number 5.
And he led us to a playoff win too.
And then Brian Hoyer is number 6. He's the guy that got snubbed.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with receivers.
Yeah.
Top
Yeah.
5 Texan
Yeah.
receivers of all time.
Andre Johnson, number 1. D
Same for
Hop
me.
is 2. Them two is not even. Them two is number 1
Okay,
and 2.
and I agree with that too.
That's
So now
not
we'll
even.
give our top 5 that's not on DeAndre Hopkins or Andre Johnson. Top
Okay,
5
so
that's not them.
we taking DeAndre Hopkins and Andre off, right? And we
Yeah.
getting
Because we all agree they're the top 2, but let's just give the next 5.
Yeah.
Who do you got? Who do you got for
Okay.
top 5 after that?
Okay.
This is a tough one.
It is tough. See, I want to put Will Fuller in now because he was productive when he was healthy.
Okay.
He was productive when he was healthy, but the problem is he can't stay on the field. So I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna pick Kevin Walter. Kevin Walter. I'm gonna go Kevin Walter.
Kevin Walters?
I think Kevin Walter was very good.
About that guy.
He was very good. Kevin Walter was actually a good receiver, man. That guy was a good receiver. And remember, he caught that touchdown pass, the game-winning touchdown pass for us for our first ever playoff appearance. He caught the game-winning touchdown. Touchdown. Kevin Walter caught that game-winning touchdown right there in Cincinnati. So I got Kevin Walter, Will Fuller.
Okay.
Will Fuller. Damn. Let me see. I'm gonna think of somebody. Kevin Walter, Will Fuller.
Okay.
This is tough. The receiver part is tough. Because we normally reliable. We didn't have actually that many wide receivers. Really, we didn't have to go through.
I know who I'm gonna pick.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I'm gonna go a little old school for you. I got Jabbar Gaffney at number 1.
Oh,
I got Jabbar Gaffney. That dude was a beast. Jabbar Gaffney. I gotta go with him on the original inaugural season. That dude made some plays.
Jabbar Gaffney.
Before Jabbar Gaffney here, I'm gonna go with Jabbar Gaffney, and then I gotta go with his go-to guy, Corey Bradford.
Yeah, see, that was the first year. Corey Bradford, the first year. Yeah.
2 of the most underrated Texan receivers of all time. I'm going to go with those 2.
Yeah. All right. So now you did break that. You did break. Yeah.
Number 3. My bad. Go ahead. This is going to be a sleeper. I like Jacoby Jones. I liked him.
I didn't. Yeah. I'm on the different side. Yeah. But I'm on the only thing I don't like Jacoby Jones that much because I didn't see enough of him at receiver. I didn't see enough of him. And then to me, he wasn't that productive as a wideout. He was most special team.
What do you think? What about Demaryius Thomas? Did you like him?
No.
What about DeVere Posey?
He was bad. I didn't like Demir Posey. I didn't think. Now, matter of fact, Jalen Strong was better than Demir Posey. Jalen Strong. Yeah, he was better than Demir Posey. He was productive better than more than Demir Posey. But the problem is he just couldn't get on. He just didn't get on the field that much. I didn't see Jalen Strong on the field that much.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Kevin Walters. Okay. I'm gonna go with Nate Washington. Nate Washington was pretty good when he was with us.
Nate Washington, he was pretty good too. I remember Nate Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, I remember Nate Washington.
I'm gonna go with David Anderson from Denver when we had
David Anderson.
Yeah, he was okay.
Right.
And those are my 5.
See, you did make my top 5. See, you look, you thought of that. So, I thought of, you're right. So without DeAndre Hopkins and now I know. So we can put DeAndre Hopkins still back in the Cajun. They're the top 2, but I'm gonna go right after that. I'm gonna go right after that.
Danny Amendola.
I'm gonna go right after DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, I'm gonna go right after So we're gonna leave Andre Johnson and D Hop number 2. So after that, we're gonna go from now into the receivers part. So okay, so after that, I'm gonna go with Jabbar Gaffney. After that, I'm gonna go with that dude. What's that goddamn dude that you just put
Corey
out
Bradford.
there that first year? Corey Bradford. Yeah, him. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Corey Bradford. So that's 4 right there. And I'm gonna go with Kevin Walter. I love Kevin Walter, bro. Kevin Walter was very fucking good.
3.
Was very fucking good. That dude was awesome, bro. He made some big time plays for us. Then I'm gonna give a one more extra one. I'm gonna go with Will Fuller. Because when he was on the field, that man was dynamic and he was explosive. The problem is he get hurt late in the year. He'll get hurt late in the year when he's hot.
Okay.
When he was hot.
Top 5 Texan running backs.
You said top 5 Texan who?
Running backs.
I got you. Top 5 Texan running back.
Yeah.
Arian Foster. Foster. He's number 1. Number 1 for me. Dominique Davis.
Okay.
Ron Dane.
You like Ron Dane?
That one
from Ohio
year.
State.
Ron Dane was good.
He had one good year.
One good year. I'm going on based off the one good year that he had.
He was a bust when he went to the Giants, though. He sucked when he went to New York.
Yeah.
He was
Ron
good
Dane.
when he
Yeah, Ron Dane. I'm gonna go with Ron Dane.
All right.
Steve. I'm gonna go with Slayton. With his good year, he had a good.
Okay. I like Steve.
Steve Slayton. I'm gonna go with him. And I'm gonna go with this may be a surprise with you. But I love this dude though, man. Chris Polk.
Okay, Chris Polk.
I'm gonna go with Chris because he was good. Chris Polk was good when he played football for us. So I'm gonna go with Chris Polk.
All right, fair enough. All right, I'm gonna go with my 5. All right, number 1, Arian Foster.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Dominic Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Steve Slayton. So I think we agree on that one. Number 4, I'm going to go with a blockbuster here, Justin Forsett.
That's not bad. Not bad. He was very good.
He played for us. Yes.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Justin Forsett.
Not bad.
And I had to think hard about this one. But number 5, I'm going to go with Ben Tate.
Oh, I forgot.
Yep, I'm going to go with my boy Ben Tate.
Ben Tate was a B, yes. Now, hey, I'm taking Ron Dane out. Yo, give me Ben Tate. I got Ben Tate. You changed my mind on Ron Dane. You changed my mind on Ron Dane.
Okay, so
now I'm gonna take Ben Tate.
Okay, and you get the peanut M&Ms,
sir. Because Ben Tate and Arian Foster was the 1-2 combination. Yes. Okay. Ben Tate.
Mike Anderson says Arian Foster, Steve Slayton, Dominic Williams, and Davis. Okay, but who's your 5th one? You still got to pick one more. Oh wait,
because I went with Chris Polk. I didn't pick 5. I went with Chris Polk. I just took Ron Dane out.
You like Chris Polk?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I loved him. When he was playing, when he actually played on the field, played. I thought.
Okay, we're going to go with all-time corners.
All-time corners? Okay. We can go with Glenn. I'm going to go with Glenn. I'm going to go with him. Yeah, I'm going to go with Glenn. Aaron Glenn. I'm going to go with AJ Bouye. I'm going to go with AJ Bouye is my top 5, but
okay.
Jonathan Joseph. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Jonathan Joseph first, and I'm gonna go with Aaron Glenn second. Because Jonathan Joseph put up more productive years than Glenn. I'm gonna go with Joseph number one, Aaron Glenn right there, and I'm gonna go with AJ Bouye. I'm gonna go with AJ Bouye. I thought he was good. See, Kevin Johnson had me as a nominee, but he kept getting hurt, so I'm not gonna put him right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, he kept getting hurt too much, so I can't do it. And Kevin Johnson was actually a good cornerback. He was actually gonna be good. He just too small. So I'm gonna go with Kareem. He started getting better as a corner. He only had one bad year. That was rookie.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go, right? I said AJ Bouye. And I'm gonna go with Kareem. I'm gonna go with Kareem Jackson. So did I just named 4 or 5?
5.
Okay, yeah, that's my 5.
I agree,
right
but here's my order.
Okay.
Number 5, I got Aaron Glenn.
Okay.
And the reason why is because he started 43 of 48 games at left corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had like 166 tackles total. That I remember. Kareem Jackson, number 4. And he played, 9 or 10 years with us.
Yep.
Number 3, AJ Bouye. One of the greatest offseason acquisitions we signed in 2013.
Yo. And then we let him fucking walk.
Number 2, Jonte Robinson with the 10th overall pick in the 2004 NFL draft.
Yes, man. I cannot. Oh. Matter of fact, I'm Aaron Glenn on my list.
He played with us for 6 years.
Dante Robinson was actually one of the best corners in the game with us.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, he played 6 years.
I'm gonna take off Aaron Glenn. But
and then number 1 is Jonathan Joseph.
Yes. I'm gonna take off Aaron Glenn. I'm gonna go Jonathan Joseph number 1. I'm gonna I had Aaron Glenn at 1. Okay. I took off Aaron Glenn. So I'm gonna go Jonathan Joseph at 1. I'm gonna go Dante Robinson at 2. I'm gonna go Bouye at 3. Yeah. I'm gonna go Kareem Jackson at 4. And then 5, I only have 4.
And then Aaron Glenn is at 5. Yeah, that's the same order I had. Same order.
I just moved him. Yeah,
that's the same order. I just literally named the same order you just did.
Yeah, because I forgot about Dante Robinson. He was considered a top corner in the league pretty much every single season he came in the NFL.
I mean, him and Jonathan Joseph are alike. They both got the same stats. Just the difference is Jonathan Joseph played on a better roster.
Yep. Right there. I forgot about Dante Robinson. Loved it, that dude.
Okay. Best head coaches. I mean, out of the top 4, what do you rank them? Best?
Gotta go with Gary Kubiak.
You got Gary Kubiak over O'Brien?
Well, because the reason why I got Kubiak over O'Brien, because we experienced our first 2 playoff years with him. But yeah, I got to put Bill O'Brien there because he made it there every single season he got into the NFL, except one season, probably. Except one season. Was it one season Bill O'Brien missed the playoffs? How many times since Bill O'Brien been here has he missed? Has he actually missed? Was it 1 year or 2?
He missed 2.
Okay, so yeah, even though he broke down the team and he ripped up the team, there's no doubt that we won way more, and we went to the playoffs more times, except 2 seasons. So Bill O'Brien's number 1. Gary Kubiak is number 2. Damn. Who else could the hell you put down besides them 2 is a quick cut? Don Capers, but we was bad when we had though. It doesn't mean we was bad though. I'm trying to.
Okay, so you
we
say Gary
had,
Kubiak,
we
our
had
best head coach ever.
yeah, Gary Cool, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
But Bill O'Brien been coaching more here for a decade, so we really didn't have that many head coaches like that. Because soon as we swapped Bill O'Brien, soon we got let go. Soon we let go David. Soon we let go Gary Cuvier. We got Bill O'Brien. He been coaching here for a decade, for like 9 to
Okay,
10
how about
years.
this? Worst Texan loss in history. I think there's only 2 games that really irk me to this day. Texan losses. There's only 2. I don't think
So
it gets
really,
any worse than these 2. Well, actually, there's 3. 3 games. That's it. You want me to tell you?
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go playoff game. I'm gonna go playoff game against Kansas City. Playoff game against Kansas City. We got beat 30-0. That was fucking horrific.
Right.
That was god fucking awful. We got 1 year on opening day. We got humiliated by Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna take the 30-0 in the playoffs. And then I'm gonna go with 40-0 this year. And I'm gonna go with Indianapolis in that playoff game, 21-0. I hate getting blown out. Matter of fact, I hate getting nothing put on our head. Us not scoring nothing. So I'm gonna go with those 3 games. Now, I don't like not putting points on the scoreboard. I don't like that. I don't like not putting points on the scoreboard, so I'm gonna go with those.
All right. I'm trying to remember the game that the Texans lost to the Colts when the Rosencopter happened. I think that was back in 2005?
Mm-hmm.
And the Texans blow a 24-point lead in the 4th quarter. And the Colts came back with 8 minutes left in the game and won the fucking game. That had to be probably a knife in the dagger of the Texans organization, especially because they never beaten the Colts. And that should have been their first win. Of course, they managed to beat Peyton Manning later on in his career, but that will forever stay in the organization. That was a terrible loss. I'm gonna say number 2. I'm trying to remember that date. Let me type it in. I think it was in the 2009 season, the Hail Mary against Houston. The one that David Garrard made. Was that back in
Jacksonville? That was Jacksonville. I remember that when he threw the Hail Mary, we lost on that Hail Mary when we batted the ball down and it went right into Mike Thomas' hand.
No, Glover Quinn batted the pass.
He knocked it down, and it went right into Mike
Williams in the hand.
He knocked it. Mike Thomas batted it down. When he batted it down, Thomas was right there. And he caught it and got it to the end zone.
No, it wasn't Thomas. It was Williams. It was Sean Williams or Doug Williams or some shit like that.
No, it was Mike Thomas. I can go back. I can go back to that highlight. Oh, that was Mike Thomas.
Okay, you're probably right. But anyways, they beat us in overtime, or they beat us with a Hail Mary, and that was supposed to be like the 6th Hail Mary in NFL history.
That was the last game. Yeah, that was the last game.
David Garrard threw it, and it just like Glover Quinn batted it down, and it went right into his hands, and that was all she wrote. And we lost that game. Now number 3.
Yep.
Because I already said the Rosencopter game and the game Texans blew a 24-0 lead or 24-point lead against the Colts. And then the game against Jacksonville. What season was that in when Texans blew the lead to Jacksonville?
Huh?
What game was that Texans blew the lead to Jacksonville? What year? Was that 2009, 2009, or 2010?
I think it was 2010.
Yeah, 2010. Okay. Now here's the 3rd one. The game Jacoby Jones muffed the punt. Playoff game against the fucking Ravens. And that motherfucker, all he had to do was not go for the fucking ball. He fair catches it and like a dumbass tries to run for the fucking ball. Or he tries to catch it at the very fucking end when there were Ravens defenders literally in front of him. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but he signaled a fair catch. Why
Yeah.
would you try to fucking go for the ball like after that, bro? And the ball bounces off his chest and into a Ravens defender. They get the ball at the 3-yard line. They score on the next drive at Ray Rice. And I'm thinking, why would you do that? You're up 3-0. The defense just got a big pivotal stop. That muff punt literally costed us the game. We were never the same after that. So I'd have to say that game ranks number 3, but of course the Rosencopter game is the worst one because we had a chance to beat the Colts in 2005 in their prime, and we blew a 24-point lead with 8 minutes left in the game. And then of course the Hail Mary, David Garrard's Hail Mary against us. Glover Quinn should have tried to catch it. Instead, he bats the fucking ball. And then, of course, number 3, Jacoby Jones muff punt. That right there forever sealed our faith, man.
Yeah.
Those 3 losses
and I want
right
to go
there. What?
I want to go with another game too. You remember that game, that season that Deshaun Watson was out, and we went to Jacksonville and just got beat the hell down. We went to Jacksonville and just got beat the flat hell down when we lost Deshaun Watson to an ACL injury.
Oh,
that was that same
That was year we went like 4-12, right?
Another game. Yeah. No, we went 4-12. We was like 2 and something. We didn't win another game when Deshaun Watson was out with that ACL injury. I don't think. Yeah, and we went to Jacksonville and we got blown out. I think they scored 60 points on us that game. Jacksonville had to score by at least 60. That's the game. That's another game I want to kind of bring up. That was terrible, man.
I agree 100%, dude.
Yeah,
the 3 great. Top 5 greatest Texans wins.
Cincinnati, the first playoff. When we clinched the playoffs. When we clinched the playoffs, that was our first year ever making it. That was big because we needed that game to get in the playoffs, to clinch a playoff spot. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. I'm gonna go and say the Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs, but I don't want to go that route because we beat them to get in our first year. And of course, we beat them to get back. We beat them to go to the second round. Our first ever playoff appearance as well. So I'm gonna say Cincinnati first. I'm gonna say the Bills. I'm gonna say the Bills playoff victory. We was down 16-0 the whole game, and we come back and grinded that win out. That was when J.J. Watt coming back off the injury, and he was able to dominate. I'm gonna go with the Buffalo Bills, us beating them in the playoffs. I'm gonna go with us beating the Patriots. We haven't beaten them in fucking 10 years. We haven't beaten their ass in 10 years. With Deshaun, but we finally beat them, and we beat them 2 years in a row prior to this year. We thought it was gonna be 3, but prior to this year, we have beaten them 2 years in a row now. After they didn't beat us 10 straight years. So I'm going with that. That was on a Sunday night game as well. And I'm gonna go with the game against Cincinnati. Deshaun Watson first NFL victory against Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
When he came off the loss against Jacksonville, we had a whole nother game against a tough Cincinnati team in Cincinnati. I'm gonna go with that. Those were a lot of big Texan win right there. But that was I put that in now because Deshaun Watson's first ever football game. So I'm gonna go with those. With that.
All right, I'm gonna say the number 1 win has to come from inaugural season back in 2002 when Texans went and beat Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that was the first ever done
against Quincy Carter.
And you beat the Dallas Cowboys. Yep. No, that was Derek Carr. Derek Carr. The first ever game. We beat the Cowboys.
Who was starting for Dallas? Who was starting for Dallas?
I don't know who started for Dallas.
I think it was either Quincy Carter or it was Tony Banks.
Quincy Carter.
Okay. So we beat Quincy Carter in Dallas. First game of the season, inaugural season. That was a big game. And it was in Houston and the Texans won. Yep. That was set the whole tone for the franchise right there that, hey, they can win. They can win games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the second game was when the Texans defeated the Patriots in Week 17 of the 2009 season that gave us our first ever winning season. We went 9-7 that year.
Yeah.
And we needed the Jets and the Bengals, one of them to lose. I forgot which one it was.
Yeah.
But it obviously didn't happen. I think the Bengals were supposed to beat the Jets, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And the Jets beat us that year with Mark Sanchez. That they beat us in Week 1, so they owned the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
We needed them to lose to the Bengals, but the Bengals tanked that game.
Yeah.
And then they ended up losing to the Jets in the wild card game.
In the playoff
week.
again. They ended up losing to them again. They lost to them basically twice.
And then the Jets ended up going to the AFC Championship one of 2 straight years back to back.
Yeah.
So of course, the Texans beating the Patriots, and actually, I think it was not Julian Edelman. Who was it that tore his ACL in that game?
For New England?
Yeah, he tore his ACL in that game. Playing.
That was Edelman.
Not, are you sure it was Edelman?
No, that was Julian Edelman. Because he was killing us that game.
Oh,
that wasn't Edelman.
I could have swore
That wasn't Edelman. No.
I could have swore it was Rex Welter or whatever his name was.
Yeah, it was Wes Welker. That wasn't Edelman.
Wes Welker.
Right.
And I remember we trolled the shit out of fucking Belichick because that was a game he needed them for him, Wes Welker, for the playoffs, but he tore his ACL because Belichick played him too much in that game. Yeah. And that was the first time I ever seen Belichick make a stupid move like that, was to keep Wes Welker in a game against a team that wasn't even going to make the playoffs anyway.
Yeah.
And he let him play, and then we ended up beating the Patriots. We went 9-7. Yeah. And then the Patriots got their asses kicked by the Ravens in that wild card game.
Yeah.
That year. Okay, so that's number 2. So beating the Patriots and having our first winning season ever in the history, 9-7. Was a big deal for us. So that was number 2. I'm gonna say number 3 was the Texans clinching a playoff berth. I think it was in 2011. Didn't we beat the Bengals with Schaub?
We beat them with Yates. I believe we beat them with Yates.
I know we clinched the playoff berth and we beat somebody to clinch it, didn't we? Our first ever playoff berth, whatever win that was to clinch it.
That was against Cincinnati. That was against Cincinnati. In Cincinnati. That was against Cincinnati in Cincinnati. Yeah. That was TJ Yates. That was TJ Yates. That was TJ Yates.
Yeah.
That was TJ Yates. First ever. That was TJ Yates.
All right. And then I'm going to say our next biggest win, which would be 4, right? I'm going to say, let's see, our 4th biggest win was Deshaun Watson's debut. And we beat the Bengals, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That was a good win. We needed that one. That was the Deshaun Watson. And then I'm going to say, let's see, number 5. If I had to think of a game, give me a chance. If I had to think of one. I'm trying to think. Oh, God. I'm trying to think of a game. I don't even know if I have one after that. I think I just only got those 4. There's not too many memorable games here. I mean, we blew it against the Chiefs, but, I mean, no one's going to count that because that was a loss.
Yep.
But, yeah, those are my 4, I guess. I don't have a 5th one.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't believe we talked for 2 hours and 53 minutes. Well, you didn't come on until about around the 45-minute mark, but I mean, that's still a long time, over 2 hours.
Yep.
The first time we talked, I mean, I guess out of this Texan loss here, you know, that it's moments like this where we can actually get on the internet and just talk and shoot the shit and just chat, you know?
I'll say again, man, just forget about sometimes that embarrassing goddamn moment that we have right now. Talk about some good times in the history of this organization and stuff like that. So
I'm just curious. I know you live in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do a collab one day. Like, we got to meet up, man. I'm off this Thursday and Friday. I don't know what your plans are, but maybe we could do a vlog or something, you know?
We could probably probably do something. We can probably do something Thursday. because I got practice this coming week on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I ain't got nothing to do. Tomorrow like that or nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
I know
off.
tomorrow I work 10 to 7, and then Tuesday and Wednesday
Yeah,
I work 7 to 4, but I'm free after
yeah,
4.
Wednesday.
And
Yeah,
then Thursday,
Wednesday.
Friday, I'm just completely off. So
Yeah, Thursday. So Thursday, Thursday. Thursday will be a good one. Thursday probably be the goodest one because Tuesday, Wednesday football practice for me. Thursday I got football practice, but I can take off. I can take off that practice.
okay, you got football practice. No, I don't want you to take off. No, man.
I can take off.
You're coach. You coach Little League. That's important, man. I'll catch you on a day when you're free. Now, I'm not trying to take you away from anything like that. Because if I was coaching something, the last thing I'm gonna do is cancel practice and meet someone. I'm sorry. It's what's important is these kids and teaching them the fundamental games of football. And football's a dangerous sport. And honestly, when I played football in high school, played in my college when I was on practice squad, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's after receiving so many concussions throughout high school and college, I decided not to play no more.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, man. Football is a very dangerous sport.
Yeah, I feel you.
Even with the restrictions, flag football is another story. No big deal on flag football. But when you're actually making contact, that shit, I mean, you got basically grown-ass men running into each other. That shit's dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you get hurt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that. I definitely do know that. So, yeah.
I remember one time I was in practice in high school, dude. And I remember this one play where I was blitzing, and then as soon as I came around the corner, another lineman ran into me on the side, and I felt like a ringing in my head.
That's crazy.
Dude, you literally feel like a sting right in the center here, and you don't think of it, but later on in life, it affects you. You can't remember anything. There's times where I'm talking and I don't even remember what I just said, but I'm like, wow, I didn't, think that it was that bad or can get that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's definitely something I wouldn't discourage people from playing football, but it's just a very dangerous sport, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know it is. And I say,
did you play football back in school?
No, I played basketball. My number one sport is basketball. I love basketball. I love everything about the game of basketball.
What position did you play?
Shooting guard. I played shooting guard.
What high school you went to?
Forest Brook. I went to Forest Brook in North Forest.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Was it a good school?
Yeah, they was good. They was good everywhere. Basketball, football. It was a good school. It was great school. Basketball, football, everything. Except baseball. Everything except baseball. They would trash baseball.
Rick said that the Rockets win tonight. I didn't look at the score.
No, they lost. The Rockets lost.
Bad?
They lost. No, they lose bad. They actually competed. Well, they was up by 9. They was up by 9 points in the first half. And the Celtics defense start I'll say again, the Celtics, they started being active. Their hands start being in the pass lane. The Rockets just the fundamentals of the game kind of hurt the Rockets. Turnovers. That's it. Rockets, a young team, they turned over a lot, but they lost by, I would say 11. I'll say 11 points. 11. That much.
Hey, you're kind of breaking up.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, now you're doing better. It kind of glitches sometimes. It says, "What do you think of the Colts?" Honestly, dude, I thought they were sucked at first, and now they're just. The Colts are good, man. I think they. I'm not sure if they'll make the playoffs, but I think that they can get around 500.
Yeah, I think they can win. I think they can get into a wild card. I think they can win a wild card.
You think so?
I think they can get into. Yeah, I think they can get a wild card. They're good enough for a wild card. That's what I think the Colts are good enough. They're good enough for a wild card.
I guess it's still too early to tell, but
yeah, they're good enough for a wild card.
The AFC's like I said, it's down to well, I thought it was the Ravens, but the Bengals I heard kicked their ass today.
Yep. And the Bengals team, that's a pretty good, solid team, man. That's a pretty good young team. That's a pretty good young team.
Who's
man.
the best team in the AFC? Who do you think? That's a hard one. I'm gonna say right now. Go ahead.
Right now, I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
That's what I was saying. And the only reason why I say that is because they got two notable wins. They beat Buffalo and then they killed the Chiefs. I think that puts them in that ranking status of at least number one for now.
Yeah, right now. They the hottest team. They beat the top two teams.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Titans are the number. No, as of right now in week 7 or week 6. Week 7. Yeah. Week 7, I'm gonna say it's the Titans. Who do you got at number 2?
I think something breaking up.
You all right? I don't know what happened to him, but it's not working. All right. Well, I appreciate having you on, Dante, man. I'm probably going to wrap it up in a little bit here. So who's all watching? Got 4 watchers right now. 3-hour mark. Oh, appreciate that, Rick. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably going to wrap it up in a couple of minutes. And I'll do my vlogging probably tomorrow. Like now it's the end of this game, and I've already said everything I had to say, and I pretty much finished ranting and saying everything I had to cover about this team. We're gonna get killed by the Rams next week. We don't have a chance, and I just hope we can at least put in a scoring drive that'll give us at least 1 or 2 touchdowns. If we get blown out and we only score 3 points, it's just another indicator that Davis Mills is not the guy. So it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and sign out of here, guys. I'll check you out tomorrow. Peace. For some reason, it's not ending. I don't know why.